All right, you're welcome to the show. Always a pleasure to bring on a matter de Shele from inside the country. Good evening and welcome to Updates with Precious. Today, I don't land again to bring on an update of matter them where they hot for inside the country. Because now the work all they do as your non-paid minister for information where I be. So make we quickly give an update on some few matters and where they share. And I tell her today, say I go bring an expert for inside the person we don't do for inside the aviation sector for a while. Make your profit follow us put mouth for talk concerning this matter, plus including other political matters and we be will get put mouth inside for today. But before I introduce my guest, make I quickly bring on up to date with some matter them way the hot as a consign within the trend for inside Nigeria today, especially as a consign politics. So first off, now say Miss Emmanson, the young lady way be say they accused say she behaved anyhow for inside Ibom Air. She don't confirm say they don't release her indeed. And after she confirmed that one, she don't also talk say she could talk her own side of the story later on. And okay, after that, remember say earlier in the day, court discharged her. Court may not discharge her after they accuse her of unruly conduct. And we wake up this morning to Festus Kiyamo's statement saying that maybe immediately withdraw, make Ibom Air, saying don't order Ibom Air to immediately withdraw all charges against her and make sure say they release her. And immediately that one don't happen today. And not just her, also they reduced the ban or the flight ban on Kwam 1 by 1 month instead of 6 months, and also promised to make an ambassador of good behavior for NCAA. That one said big grand. We could talk about them. So yes, FG names Kwam 1 aviation security ambassador after airport incident. And let's move on to other. No, still about this matter. Some people don't talk, especially investigative journalist Fisayo. They don't talk. Say, make we not just they carry the wheel. So government only pardon Comfort Emmanson after realizing say the bomb airline staff been they unruly and barbaric. Say not be just because they won't really get messy on her. No. While other people they talk say no. The what made them cuckoo forgive her now because they won't shorten the sentence or the punishment for Kwam 1. And these two things get they like say they get relationship. So you know go fit say make it punish one person severely and make it no and make it forgive one person then punish one person severely. Because as Kwam 1 don't they beg, they notice say it important to forgive them unto saying an important personality we government gets interested. Then make we enter inside what we get to do with politics as federal government or the presidency don't reply. In fact, don't fire back at Babacha Lawal over the criticism where Tinubu day before yesterday. And I played that criticism for that yesterday. The kind he said Tinubu too full of himself. Those things when he talk. Not be my mouth alone go talk. And when the time reach, you go talk about the matter. Moving on. 2027, Tinubu creating chaos in any party interested in Peter Obi. Obedient movement that they talk that one. Say, in fact, say Tinubu just won't bring problem for any party will involve Peter Obi. That one not true. In fact, they talk, say they even go further to talk, say Tinubu administration, they target Peter Obi political ambition. They won't make sure, say, you know, get party to use run election. 2027, I'm desperate for Nigeria's change, not desperate to become president. The Peter Obi said he don't talk. In fact, he also don't talk, say, he don't throw in weight behind the widow of Justin Azoka, where he be said they kill as she won't contest on behalf of her husband. Don't throw in weight. Say, madam, I will support you. Go and represent your husband. Speaking about Tinubu's administration, the government withdraws 60 billion naira fraud case against ex-Amcom boss Ahmed Kuru. Remember Ahmed Kuru? They don't withdraw the money for him. They don't toss. Okay. I'll go and sing no more. Nigeria, thousands killed, hundreds forcibly disappeared in 2 years in Southeast. Say thousands, now they don't kill, hundreds just disappear for Southeast only in 2 years. This, according to Amnesty International, not be me writes the report. All right, all this matter and more now will carry the put my the talk this evening. But joining me inside the studio, now person we sabi well as I get to do with the aviation sector, Mr. Shegwonit, Mr. Gbenga Onitilo. Before I go with Christian, I'm Mr. Gbenga Onitilo. Thank you so much for joining me, Mr. GB,
Thank
as we call
you.
you. Thank
Thank
you
you
so
for
much for
having me.
joining me.
Yeah.
Thank you. So, not to start straight to the young lady conversation, and
All right.
we know say a lot of drama. No, we don't mean to talk this issue because we won't overflog them. You know, say things that happen with the leave for us to use learn. Now, Festus Kiyamo come out this morning, come talk say, in done because of all the hula baloo and all the stories we get to do with the matter. Say in done order. His words were order. Say he don't order a bomb air order AON to withdraw charges against her and withdraw the flight ban wey be say dem give her. and release, make them proceed, then tell the police, order the IGP his words, make them proceed for her release. Even though say lawyers don't talk, say the IGP and all those bodies, they know they answerable to Festus Keyamo. But I mean, this is Nigeria and anything happens. And true to that order, they don't release the young lady. Now, a lot of people they worry, say they don't address one of the fundamental issues, where be the issue of unruly customers, I be uncouth customer service, by the Ibom Air flight air hostess. Precisely. Apart from that, a lot of passengers will board that I don't know whether I don't see the different account of passengers. About
Yeah.
two passengers don't come narrate, and almost all their narration they similar on waiting happen. We point to the fact that looks like the air hostess was deliberately victimizing this young lady. If you also look at the her antecedents based on other people complaints again. Now, what's be the real thing we're supposed to happen in terms of customer service relationship? Look, first of all, face this one. Then we'll go to the young lady and we she talk and on account of the
Okay.
story.
All right. Okay. So thank you very much. I don't even know where to
Sorry.
start on all these
And
things.
anyway, if you start from the middle, we'll go do flashback, come
Okay.
back
So
again.
the thing about aviation is built around safety.
Yes.
Both
Now,
of
one of
them.
the most secure,
Yeah.
one of the most safe,
Yeah. So
safety
that's
conscious
why
transport system for the world, generally.
it's highly regulated,
Yes.
and most of the laws or acts that guide it come from ICAO,
Yes.
International Civil Aviation Organization. These
Yes.
are acts that are being backed up by global conventions. So it's not a Nigerian practice.
Hmm.
And all operations of airlines are even regulated by what you call standard operating procedures.
Hmm.
So if you're a cabin crew, there's what we call standard operating procedure or SOP for every single item that happens to the aircraft. So it's
Hmm.
guided by regulations, how you manage customer altercations even in the aircraft, anything
Mm-hmm.
the procedure. They've gone through several trainings that to even learn how to de-escalate. Who is supposed
Mm-hmm.
who is supposed to be the enforcer when things like this happen? Let's just go back to the incident. And the thing about Nigeria or when that thing broke out, I told people, I said you can't use a 3 minutes or 3.5 minute video to create a narrative or position because we're in the age of social media where people post things online to drive a narrative, to shape an opinion. And we live in a society, I'm sorry to say, in Nigeria, people don't really, people do things based on bias and prejudice.
Hmm.
It's always prejudice, it's always
Hmm.
bias. It's not based on being able to really analyze issues based on objectivity. Some people say she's a runs girl.
Oh,
Some people
in
say she's a bad
fact,
girl. Some
some of
people
the
say,
passengers account say once they
no,
see her enter flight, they also notice say she be wrong girl. Now, so how does
so
people
so
they
so
look
the, so
like?
the thing is, how does a
Oh my
runs girl
god!
look? Did
So
they
that
have
I'll
a
not look like that
badge?
someday, or
Did they
maybe I'll
have
look
an
like that. I don't know.
association? So if the person does not wear a bra, she's alright. It doesn't mean the person is promiscuous or has a
You
terrible
don't even know if
agenda.
she has a
It's
health
your
issue at that
perception.
time. We make her no fit even wear the
It
bra.
could, even if she doesn't have an health issue, it's a right over her body. At least she was not wearing anything that poses some level of nudity that makes everybody that objectifies her body. Her body was not objectified. And let's go to the incident. They said she was asked to switch off her phone. And the claim of the cabin crew, till other facts started coming out, was that she refused to switch off her phone. Conversation says she said she didn't know how to switch off that phone. Some people helped her to switch off the phone. Later, another cabin crew came. Altercation started, became rude to her, and all that. Stirred up. So you can imagine a lot of escalation started from conversations. A cabin crew is trained to be courteous, to be polite. Even if there are issues, they are trained to de escalate first before you start driving enforcement. Even if anything goes on wrong. In the aircraft, you are supposed to even notify the captain. You can't take laws into your as a purser. The purser is the team lead for the cabin crew in the aircraft. You have the captain. If there is any major incident that has happened, the captain was there. So the captain was not even carried out. Let's even assume she
Sorry, let's
became a
even.
threat.
I would like us to address that aspect because the captain saying being they oblivious of the whole saga of switch off your phone will happen. That he didn't know. And people are saying
So
that,
that's what I'm saying.
but but
that's part of the problem. The
hold on now.
SOP
But the same
demands.
airline
Yeah,
make a report talk say after the air hostess don't tell her to switch off her phone, she get to tell the captain and the captain
yeah.
can't announce them again because of her. So that means the airline lied.
Those are the
Hey.
things I'm talking about.
Hmm.
If there has been an issue, there is a threat or a risk to the people on board, you are supposed to
And
alert
she
the
didn't.
captain. The captain is the one that owns the final say
Yes.
over the aircraft. If there was any threat, before they left Uyo, if there was any threat, the protocol is if the person does not comply, if there was any
Disembark
threat,
her.
you are supposed to have deboarded that person. You deboard her right away. And what you do, you are not the one to actually do that, except the person becomes a hostile threat. If the person becomes an hostile threat to the lives of people in the aircraft, then you can do some level of containment, working with other passengers. But that was not the case. That was not the case. So if the person was a risk, the captain will have radioed ATC, air traffic
Mm.
controller, that they have an imminent threat to the aircraft, and the security, airport security, are the ones to come and take the person off the aircraft. It is not within the rights of the cabin crew or the ground staff. And you can see what happened. It was the ground staff, the ramp people, not the security, not airport security,
And, and,
fancy
and
airport
and they were
security.
obviously not professional in handling the
Was
case.
it was the ramp staff. They were wearing the reflectors of Ibom
Yes, I saw
Air.
it.
Check that
I saw
video.
it, yes.
They were not fan
So that means
security.
Fan did not
Fan
respond.
security
Or they
have.
did not inform Fan.
It's not about they did not respond. Were they called?
Whoa.
Were they radioed? At what point did you call the security?
Whoa.
Would you call security even before you landed? Obviously, everything showing that security were not called
Wow.
immediately. It was probably the cabin crew. I might not be right. It was probably the cabin crew that took a position to get the ramp guys to get into the aircraft and drag her down. So you can see a whole lot. They've contravened all their SOPs. Their SOPs. Once you have contravened all your SOPs, because one investigation, the aircraft has
Yes.
cameras inside.
I don't know if you saw that part of the video
So
where the
the
girl
camera,
kept
I'm
shouting,
sure
where the girl
most
kept
probably
shouting,
they've
the girl kept
analyzed
shouting,
the
is there camera
camera.
inside there? Is there camera inside there?
No, there are
She kept
cameras in the
shouting that. She was like,
aircraft.
is there camera there? Can you play
Aircrafts,
what happened?
most aircraft have cameras
Hmm.
inside. Probably they've analyzed that and have seen a reputational damage
Hey.
that will come to the airline. Now they were dragging her down. Now somebody else was recording
And another
that.
person pulled her
Somebody
up.
else in that aircraft pulled that up. Somebody has now disseminated that video online from inside that aircraft. So there are so many crimes. That's a penal offense. It's a crime for you to post the nudity of people online. And even the people that are sharing it, sending it to each other, also have committed a crime. That's why you see people like Meta, Facebook, ban
I
people
cannot
that
even
post
post that on
nudity.
YouTube. And even if I was to post it, I can't even post
So,
that kind of
so you
thing.
can see all the contraventions that because they are SOPs, airline operates by guidelines. Standard operating procedure. That's why if you're a cabin crew, before you renew your license, you will go through the SOP certification again to be sure you are still in line. You still have all those things. So the video was circulated. Now you also have other violations. Even when they took her into the bus, the security guys were still videoing her. They still videoed her and they were circulating the videos online. So several contraventions, and immediately They released a new, without carrying
Yeah.
out any investigation, Ibom Air released an article, Abanda for life, followed by AON. No investigation, no side of our story being heard, and everybody just made a decision. Before you know it, they filed a court judgment, a judgment against her without probably a representation. I don't think she has any representation. Next thing we heard, she was in Kirikiri,
Omo
remanded
kiri
till
kiri
October.
kiri
Who
kiri.
does that?
In fact, the charge sheet
Kirikiri,
itself was even
as
front.
she was
It
a
was it was
criminal,
dated before. I don't even understand.
who was dated before. So a
This
lot of things
this
went
exposed
wrong.
I mean
And
dirty corruption in Nigerian judicial system. It's
no,
crazy.
no, no, look. You see what has happened here as portrayed us to the global world, global society that we're not a serious country. And it has further one of the other things that we don't realize what has happened. The global community, airlines, aviation will never take us serious when it comes to enforcement, when it comes to safety, when it comes to
What?
security. And you know why this matter is even worse? NCAA, Nigerian Civil Aviation by Act 2006, is supposed to be autonomous and
But
independent.
no government agency is really autonomous.
But right now, they are not independent. And you know what that does? That compromises safety. That
Mm.
compromises standards.
Mm.
Because the minister is not the one telling NCAA what it's supposed to do. All over the world, the civil aviation is independent of
So what
Ministry
does
of
this mean for
Aviation.
Nigeria now, really? Are you saying that this is embarrassing
No,
to
no,
the
no.
image of our country generally?
It's not just embarrassing. It puts us, our metrics and our how we're built in the global aviation space. Our ratings are dropped.
Ah,
Our ratings are dropped in terms of security, in terms of autonomy of the NCAA. NCAA is telling us you cannot prosecute. You can only go to the Attorney General. This crime was committed on a federal ground. The government is the one. They are the one of the people. The NCAA spokesperson was saying is the airline that has to
oh
file
yes,
to sue.
the
I don't
Achimogo
understand. I
Atiku
don't
blackmailer guy.
understand.
Yes,
This
that's
is
what he
a
said. He
government
said that
area.
it's
You
because value jet
violated
did not
a
press charges.
federal.
That's why.
You, no. So what are we saying? What is the role of government? What is the role of government? Government is supposed to be the one to drive that. And that's why you have NCAA. And NCAA said they have written to the. So the challenge here is we are allowing more people's bias and prejudice to drive a sector that is basically built on regulations, built on safety standards, built on the rule of law. It's not built on people's perception or your alliances or morality. If aviation was built on morality, aircraft were falling down every day.
Hmm.
You remember when the incident with
Yes,
Boeing
737.
happened at the Ethiopian
Yes.
airline? The world did not care whether it was American carrier. America owns Boeing. The world did not care. The sanctions came. Nonetheless, the shares of
Dropped
Boeing
immediately.
went
Yes.
down. A lot of people canceled
Yes.
orders. Just to tell you how critical aviation is. We're not a serious country. The country is broken.
Oh.
For a minister to be giving orders, it's a broken country. We're not ready to be a major player in where the world really plays. Sorry to say, countries like Morocco, South Africa, Algeria, they're light years ahead of us in aviation. What are we even talking about? We're playing, we're joking. What we have shown with what happened at the airport is our airport is porous. We're sending a bad
Okay,
signal.
so Miss Onichino, let's look at the account of other passengers. I may not be able to read all the accounts right now, but I'll just be highlighting.
No, no, no.
I
I've read a
just for the
couple of
benefit of our
that.
listeners who may not have seen it, so
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
just highlight the
yeah.
messages, but then narrate their their side of the story for the
All
purpose
right.
of the people. So most of them, in fact, almost all the passengers agree. Say the first of all, one of the there were just two air hostesses in the flight, according to them. That one of the air hostesses met the lady
Yeah,
and told her to switch off her phone upon when they were trying to take off, and I think she nodded or something like that, And the lady came back again, told her the second time. Then the third time, apparently she went to go and tell the other lady, the head air hostess, or the chief air hostess, as they call it. And that one came and started rudely. And the young lady responded and said that her button, the button of her phone, the turn off button, is not functional. And that they should please
Yeah.
that but she had put the phone on air flight mode. And the lady insisted that she has to turn it off. That she's using an iPhone and that she should go to her settings, that there are ways to turn it off. The lady says, I don't know how to use it in settings. I cannot read. Help me. But people started embarrassing the girl that why can't she read? I mean, I've seen people who speak impeccable English but cannot still read, perhaps, or perhaps even pronounce things properly. I don't know if that's an excuse. That those are learning deficiencies or learning disorders. You understand? So, but we'll leave that matter
Yeah.
for another day. And the lady insisted. In fact, according to them, they all agreed that the lady kept insisting very rudely at that. And at some point, her co-seatmate had to take the phone from her and help her go through the settings and all that and turned off the phone. Before then, this other lady had insulted her, called her runs girl, you use it this, you use it that, you don't know how to use it. And the young lady was already infuriated. And that's what perhaps led to it. But see, the situation was calm
Yeah.
until they landed.
Yeah.
Even though that the air hostess, according to them, kept looking at their aisle and the lady while the flight was on board and saying that, like that kind of look, like you go see waiting I could do you. You understand, for talking back at me. And immediately the flight landed, the lady went to ease herself, and the other passenger said they disembarked. The only problem I had with them is why they did not stand up for the lady, because people like us, maybe not because they were too tall, they say, "Osabi buy people matter."
If I was inside that
That is the
aircraft, I
kind
will
of thing
stand
I
up
do.
for
I
her.
sabi buy people matter for head
I will stay
till she leaves
there
the
and
till she
narrate
leaves
the
the aircraft. I don't
incident.
believe.
I'll be ready to. I'll be. The attitude
Ah,
of
we
silence with Nigerians and now speaking
we have a
thereafter
problem.
is very,
Mr.
very
Ritilo, this is what they tell
distasteful.
you. They're so bad that I remember those days when I was in Port Harcourt. I don't day when two men they fight for the street of Port Harcourt, Creek Road, early morning market, Sunday morning. I won't forget. They fought to the extent that one used knife to pierce out the eyeball of the other. People were gathering and healing.
Shit.
You see, it irks me. The thing, I'm
Look,
not
I
fit.
was in I was in some years ago, I think it was 2014, 2013, we were going for a business meeting. So we entered the one here. We are doing a transit to Dubai. Me and one of my top bosses were going for a business meeting. That's why we got to Kigali. And Nigerians, they drop Nigerians. Then they've not perfected their transit operations. So we drop, we're supposed to connect to Dubai. We were just standing for almost 30, 45 minutes. Nobody was telling us which gates, attending to us.
Very, very typical of
And
how they treat
if we are seeing
Nigerians,
people
by the
coming from
way.
other
Very
countries,
typical.
they were being connected. The next thing I just did, I said, hey, where is the who is the airport manager here? And you know me, my voice is loud. Where is the airport manager? What the hell is going on here? We've been here for 45 minutes. We don't even know which transit gate to go to. We don't know who to attend to us, to handle our connection. That was when everybody now started, yes, yeah. And I'm like, before you know, somebody came. It was my passport and my boss's passport they took first before they now started attending to everybody. Because I know the rights. I can't get to a transit airport, I'm stuck. There is no way body to show the gate, but now the operation is seamless now. That was when they first started in those days doing transit. But I spoke, I was in a strange land, but I understood the rights, I understood the aviation. So I'm so disappointed that Nigerians kept quiet and now posting stuff on social media. It's disappointing. And that's why the country is the way it is. You have maybe close to 70 or 80 people on that aircraft, and everybody left, knowing fully well what happened. If they are stood together and bounded together and talked to the security and called out that lady in one voice, what happened would never have happened. She will never have been. Look. When one of the other things I want to say is when things like that happen for people that don't understand how aviation works, don't fight, don't resist, just follow them. Don't fight, don't resist. If any accusation is laid against you, don't fight, just follow them to the station. Don't resist. And the allegations you are going to make there, you are going to give your own perspective in the report. If that young lady had been a bit temperate. I know they trigger that. I'm just saying for the future, if any incident, anybody like that does anything to you, the aircraft, right, don't resist. Just follow them to Tango City or whatever. Give your position and the reports. These things are always investigated. Like no, but most people didn't know there was a video, there was a camera in the aircraft. So they've seen all those things that happen in the aircraft to validate. They'll know that whoa, and it's reputational damage
So
against that airline.
what is the right thing for Ibom Air to do in this instance? Is it not to show that they are
That
going
is what
to
I'm saying.
mm,
Whoever was managing that corporate communication made an irrational
mm.
judgment. If it was happening in a place that is fully regulated, like in Europe or America, that might be the end of that airline. That might be the end. Because once a lawyer takes that up, or the press takes that up, they will, you know the way CNN is, they will run it and run it till that airline dies. You know, in Nigeria, you should be expecting the media to turn this to a major national discourse. But this is Nigeria. We'll move on. What is next? We don't deal real issues here. We're not serious about building a nation. So that young woman was being maltreated. Our videos all over social media. That's a lot of psychological issues they've created for our future. You are saying she's a runs girl. You are saying she's this. How? How did you come to that conclusion? We're not building a nation. So it's just clear that your rights as a citizen of Nigeria only exist on paper. It doesn't
All right.
exist
So
in real life.
what should be
It
the
all
right thing
depends
for
on
the
who.
airline to do to the air hostess, at least to serve as a deterrent, and also for people, for the public to feel.
They should first suspend them. Suspend everybody, all
But they are
both crew
silent about
members.
punitive
Suspend
measures on
them.
them. They're silent about it. They don't get rid of anything.
Well, so we don't know what they are doing internally. We can't really say, except maybe somebody in the media goes to investigate that. But if it was an airline that is serious, respecting human rights, dignity, they're supposed to come out with a position on the actions they've taken thereafter. And if you have to apologize, apologize and own up. But you know, it's a
Yes, it is.
state-owned airline. I doubt if they will do that. They will go the same way our politicians go. What will you people do? Off your mic. There's nothing you people can do. It is us. So it's a major issue that should not be thrown under the bus. And that young lady deserves all form of
I
compensation that
was
can be
also going to
accorded to
say that
her.
apart from withdrawing the charges, wouldn't it have been fair for Ibom Air to make a proper apology? For me, oh, for
No,
me,
no, that's what I'm
I was even
saying. That's what I'm
expecting the
saying.
apology should be done on Nigerian dailies, on the
And so
proper
that's
media
why
to serve as a
she
record.
we will see what happens in the coming days because I know Nigerian Bar Association has taken a position in her favor. They have said everything that was done against her illegal, unconstitutional, and they've said they are willing to offer
If
her
she
pro bono
agrees to, if she
services.
agrees to.
I also read that her family has also consulted her SAN to
Oh
take the matter
wow.
up. So I'm sure in the coming days, a whole lot of other things will come up, and I'm sure they will do an out of court settlement one way or the other. We will not hear
I was
all
going
those
to say
things.
because this is
So
Akwa Ibom to Akwa Ibom. Oh. The air hostess involved is an Akwa Ibom woman. She is an Akwa Ibom girl. The air
so
flight is an
that's what I'm
Akwa Ibom
saying.
Airlines.
It's a child of the town. I know the state will do that and ensure that it's an amicable resolution, but it's not just fair. If the rights, any country that you have the rights of the lowest cannot be upholded, then that
Okay,
country is
so let's
shitty.
compare this.
You only know a country, you only know a country has respect of rule of law when the most vulnerable and the weakest cannot be usurped by the
Okay.
mighty. And the law puts everybody on the same level. That's when
All
you
right.
know you have a
Okay.
country.
So before I tell us to compare this to what happened to Kwam One, I've got Mr. Francis Chilaka joining us in the other side of the studio, and I know he'll have a few things to say about this before we move to the ambassadorial deal for Kwam One and the subsequent lessons we have to learn from this. Mr. Francis Chilaka, thank you so much. Prince Francis Chilaka, sir, thank you so much. Mr. Onitilo, please meet Mr. Chilaka or Prince Chilaka. He's one
All
of
right.
my
How are
very
you, sir?
guests here. Um,
Good
Good
evening.
evening, sir.
You're
Nice to have
welcome.
you here.
Prince Chilaka,
Yes,
sir. All right, go ahead. I know you've been itching to say something about this. Let's get your opinion on this. So far, while we'll move on to the latest development, she's been released. She released a statement. Albeit not very um, um, detailed, but then we'll talk about that. Let's just get to take your opinion.
Where do you want me to start from? You
Anywhere,
want me to
if
start,
you don't hear
you
everything
want
when
me
Mr.
to start
Onitilo
from
talk.
you want me to start from the shame that we now have as a country, or the shame that we have as leaders, or the shame that we have as institutions? Where do you want me to start from? Let me start by saying that I have said several that Nigeria is a failed state. The only
Ah,
thing that has kept Nigeria together is the resilience of the people. Other than that, Nigeria is gone. Nigeria is gone. Nigerians have lost love for one another. Nigerians have lost empathy for one another. The political class has debased the Nigerian people to a state where we no longer have respect or mutual love for anyone. I'll share an experience with you, and you will understand why a lot of people on that flight did not wait.
hmm.
Few months back, I was driving home and I saw two people fighting. It was just close to my office. So I tried, stopped to separate them and all of that, which I did. And not knowing that one of the parties have called the police. So when the police came, everybody ran away. And I said, why would everybody was like, oh God, run. I said, why would I run? They said, if you reach station on a different matter. And as I said, we got to the station, the police left the two people that were fighting and they faced me. What is my business? Why am I there? Why? As in, I just looked at them. I just laughed. I started laughing. Then I said, okay, I need to write a statement. I said, well, you can't force me to write a statement. And I will only write a statement if my lawyer is there. And one policeman came and said, okay, if you don't write a statement now, we will detain you. We will detain you that you didn't write a statement against, that do I know I'm breaking the law? And I told him, I said, what law am I breaking? The next thing they said, I should bring my phone. I cannot make a call. I told them, I said, no. But at the end of the day, luckily, the DPO came, very, what I call him, a very cerebral man. He listened and I said, why are you people disturbing this man? He's a good Samaritan. So why are you disturbing him? So the point I'm trying to make is that Nigerians are so scared of the police station. They are so scared of the police. Because once you get to the police station, the first thing they will threaten you with is to lock you up. And the way and manner the Nigerian policemen churn out, what do I call it? The script. I call it script. They call it offenses. But the way they churn it out, you'll be shocked. Now, bringing it back, you cannot discuss comfort without discussing Kwam 1. You cannot even discuss Kwam 1 without discussing Oshomole.
Hey.
Because it's a triangle right now. When Oshomole did it, what did we do? What did we do as the people?
No, Shomali claimed he was fighting for other passengers. So Mr. Nisola,
No. As a senator, a former senator, he should know better. People follow a trend. When you do something wrong today and you go scot-free, some other person will do it. And that is the problem we have in Nigeria. So people follow a trend. Oshomole set the wrong precedent. Let me tell you, Kwam 1 ordinarily that day, if he was abroad, they would have arrested him at that time. They would have handcuffed him.
They would drag him down, kneel on him, and
it's the truth.
They would chain both his legs and his hands and carry him off the
because
camera.
that was a hostage situation he was doing there. He would have been tagged as a terrorist.
It was a terrorist act. It was a
So
terrorist act.
why are we playing over it? I mean, I watched, there's a video I watched earlier today. Somebody said to me, a full length of what transpired at the airport between Kwam and the airline people.
Operators.
You'll be shocked how he was actually standing, blocking an aircraft that wants to take off. And the entire security people, they were helpless. Precious, if an ordinary person had done that, do you know where the person will be today?
He's an ambassador to NCAA now, sir.
That is the height of stupidity.
Ew.
It shows you how callous your honorable minister is. It shows you that your minister does not think straight.
Do you think he took that decision on his own without the presidency?
What has happened in Naira Marley? What has happened in Naira Marley and the NDLA? Nonsense in this country. And then tomorrow you say you want your younger children to, what do you want them to do? Do they want to look up to as a model? If Anini was alive, I'm sure today they have made him an ambassador of the Nigerian police. But that's the truth. Now, bringing it back to comfort, you know, I also watched a video where those two ladies, I don't call them hostess. Those are old women who I'm sure they're not married, who are very disturbed mentally. You put them in an aircraft, and you say that those are head hostess. If you look at the face of those women, you know that they're frustrated to start with.
You're shaming them, sir.
It's the truth. Secondly, when she was being dragged out, go and watch the video again. Who tore her dress?
Somebody pulled up her dress anyway.
Who did that?
A lady's hand.
So you find out that you're in a country where even you ladies don't have love for yourselves.
Ew.
You ladies hate yourselves to your bone marrows. That's why it's easy to see two women fighting on the road over a man. How many times have you seen men fighting over a woman? I feel bad. I felt so bad that a woman could debase another woman to that level.
All right.
Really bad.
Thank you.
And then you are videoing and you are sending it out. So for me, everything that happened to that lady was pre-planned. You want to tell me that if it was a man, they would do that to a man? The men that enter the aircraft, you tell them to switch off their phone, they will not even listen to you. Women walk around filled with jealousy for each other.
Hey, it has become gender issue.
It's lovely. Precious, let me tell you. When things like this begin to happen in the country, you ask yourself, where are we coming from? You see that infamous speech of your president, May 29, 2023, subsidy is gone. The free fall of the dollar and naira. The placing of people under band A, band B, band C. This has created mental problem for Nigerians. And so Nigerians are working, they are time bomb waiting to explode.
So everybody had no correct again for this country.
Nobody, see, everyone don't colo for Nigeria. It's good. Everybody don't colo.
All right. It's okay, sir. Mr. Gbenga, this is one way they laugh. Would you like to react to what Mr. Prince Chilaka said? Or you would just like me to move on to...
Where do you start? Let me start from like you rightly said, it's from the top. If you have a president that from the first day, you can just pronounce subsidy removed without any act. You don't announce policies like that. That is going to, and we know that power, energy, majorly petrol, drives practically everything in this
Nigeria.
economy.
It's been like that.
And once you touch petrol, it triggers a monumental effect. Inflation, pricing, rents, transportation is a whole lot. And there was no plan ahead to cushion anything. And you live in a country that will practically export everything. Your balance of trade is nothing phenomenal. And you just came and you just announced. And you think by your announcement as if you're a prophet commanding the Red Sea to part. The days of Moses are gone.
Two of you are no good this evening, no. Reason I do wanna I was thinking Mr. Chilaka came with bars. Your own, they both have again. Why do they do like this now? All right, let's go straight. Okay.
So
I wanted us to go straight
go
to
ahead, go ahead.
the president because I don't want to believe that Mr. or Barrister Festus Kiyamo acted at his own violation. I want to believe that he must have consulted, even though we've not seen the president for a while now. People are asking where he is. There is, hidden statement of whether in well or well. That's irrelevant. But we want to believe that he acted with the approval of the president. So that means the president now he can approve, so make it one.
For you to even be saying what you are saying,
Sorry,
I'm getting
no
annoyed.
Precious,
That's
precious, precious, precious.
That's what you are saying.
Sir, did you listen to the apology, the so-called apology by Kwam?
Make a play him.
Did you
Yes,
listen
I
to
did.
it?
He was read. It looks like he was reading from a teleprompter.
And to you, not even if he was reading, and to you, that's an apology. You want to apologize to people that you have done something wrong. You are dragging Mr. President in. You are dragging this person in. You want to tell Nigerians that yes, you are at par with the president.
Abike Dabiri don't tell us to
and nobody has cautioned him for that. Nobody in the presidency have cautioned him for that. See, Precious, the way we are going in this country, we're still on a time bomb. We are sitting on a time bomb. The day it will explode, come, the high and mighty, they will not see. Those that are in dual citizenship, they will not be able to leave this country. Let us continue.
So it's a terrible precedent for us to be even saying, look, it shows we are not running a country. If a president has to get involved when there are acts, regulations, and the law is in place to deal with, the minister is not supposed to even be involved in this. The president is not supposed to be involved in their extant laws. There are acts in NCAA that addresses these issues. So when we are saying, does the president, the minister has no rights to be announcing, instructing Inspector General, instructing this one, release. What kind of a country are we not? So where is the separation of power?
No, it doesn't exist in Nigeria anymore.
So everything is muddled up. For us to be having a conversation that the ban that be issued to the guy reduced to 1 month.
And he has served 1 week already, so it's remaining like 2.5 weeks for him to finish.
Then we should go and take, what's the name of that guy in Magodo, that kidnapper?
Evans.
Maybe the guy apologized.
Evans.
Why didn't they release him now?
Evans.
Maybe he apologized.
He has repented. He has repented.
He has repented.
They are treating like they're treating the ones in the north.
All the Boko Haram people, they should release all of them too. All the people in jail today, once they apologize, go and sin no more.
Hallelujah.
There is a place for rule of law. And rule of law has nothing to do with morality, has nothing to do, even Donald Trump in America, even though he was a former president, he still went through that legal procedure before the election. He went through it.
He was even indicted, and that's very strange.
He was indicted, but he had to go through the legal process to be cleared. He submitted himself to it. I think they even did a mugshot of him, right? So, who is Kwam? Who is he? What has he done for the national, in our national life? What has he done? What has he contributed? That we cannot hold such men accountable. Like he rightly said, we have set a bad precedents. We have said, I'm even more concerned about the issue of security. What it means is that any terrorist can think, oh, that airport is so porous. You can just walk on the tarmac.
Excuse me, sir. Did you forget what happened with Mr.
Wait. You remember what happened in Kaduna? When all those bandits overran the airport.
Airport,
yes. So what kind of thing? The only place you have security in Nigeria today, the only place you can be boastful of having security is at the checkpoints.
Not Asorok.
Anything outside checkpoint, you have no security. It's the truth. So when we see these are the things that we keep looking at, and we say, well, we are building a younger generation of Nigerians, and we want these Nigerians to be people that can move this country to the next level. We're not doing that. These old politicians, these old hands, they should step aside. This is the 21st century. This is the 21st century. The way we are going, we have no law in this country. The law. I always tell people, every day you wake up, pray for one thing. Make Nigeria not happen to you. You saw a honorable member told an Uber driver, I will waste you. I will make you disappear. Nothing will happen. What came out of it? And this idea of apologize is like a man who beats his wife every day and apologizes. He will kill the wife one day.
Yeah.
That's the truth. Because you beat the woman, they say, now say, go and apologize. The next day, you apologize. The fourth day, you will kill the woman. And this is where we're headed. Because we take everything in this country for granted. Apology. It's like the man of God will say, go and pray. When you need something from God, when you're broke, you go and meet the pastor and say, go and pray. But when the pastor is broke, he comes to the church to make an announcement for donation. So this is where we are in this country. We need to change our mindset. And this is why I keep asking, where is the National Orientation Agency? What is that organization doing in reorientating the mindset of Nigerians? The younger generation are watching.
The organization is partisan. You see some of their comments, they are partisan. So they are not there for the interest of Nigeria. They are there for the interest of
nominate me. I want to be an ambassador now.
Mr. Onitolo, let's go. Mr. Onitolo, please. I'm going back to the conversation. Now, according to which, even though say they painful as when I say our minister no get the right to make those order we make. But in don't order say then go do training and retraining of the different departments and all that inside the aviation sector and the different airlines then go do their training. So I won't make you speak to those things and those instructions and orders where the way Festus Keyamo give as a way to controlling or stopping this kind of thing from happening again. What do you think? What is supposed to be the standard procedure before now? And vis-a-vis waiting a BC Festus Keyamo can tell us now.
The standard procedures are already there. I don't understand. The regulations are there.
Again. And then talk say they don't learn from their experiences now because it be like this will not teach them.
No. Excuse me. The regulations are there. The SOPs are there. The training procedures are there. The question you ask yourself is, are we allowing those regulations to thrive? Like what happened now? The same minister is violating the independence of the NCAA. Let's start from there. Let's start from giving NCAA, now all those agencies full autonomy. Let's start from there. The minister should not be giving marching orders to agencies all over the world that are independent. All over the world. FAA.
And they oblige immediately.
And they oblige. So what are we talking about? So, which means even if their SOP or regulation says otherwise, the minister can override that. And that's what has happened. All the actions that should have been taken against the Kwam guy, where the security guys were lobbying him, you can't even try it in Ghana. They will pin you down and chain you. In Ghana, you can't.
They don't get celebrity like Kwam for Ghana. It means that they need to respect celebrity for Ghana.
It's not about celebrity. It's about the regulation. It doesn't matter who the celebrity is. Let me tell you, there was an incident that happened with one of my friends that used to work with an airline in Port Harcourt. And a senator was on board, causing disruption, causing crisis. They've shut the aircraft door. He's the airport manager. I think it happened in Port Harcourt. And the guy called the radio, the captain, I'm coming to the aircraft, open the door. Entered, the man was in, he said, everybody should just leave him alone. He went into the cockpit, took the radio and radio ATC that we have a major threat situation here. In less than 1 minute, the Air Force got to the aircraft. They bundled the senator and
Nigerian senator.
Is a
senator of the Federal Republic.
Yes. Yes. Once you make that pronouncement, look, If that pilot inside value jet had made that pronouncement,
So why
Air
did
Force
she
would
not
have
do
shown
it?
up
Because it was a
to
Kwam
pick him up.
one.
Those are the questions that remain unanswered. You have questions. If the pilot says, I'm already having an hijack situation, the Air Force will respond. They don't care who you are. You know military. That's why the Air Force are stationed at all airports. People don't know all those things. All he just needed to announce that. Or the airport
But others
manager.
would also say that they would say they would cut the pilots some slack because of the way that flight they position and the cockpit they located. She feel no sequel one for when they for down to hold the airport. So
That is
that
not
means that the
even
control,
the
that
issue.
from the
Look, I
control, they're
can tell
supposed to
you,
say
let me
somebody
even
there,
tell
don't
you
move.
other things. Let me tell you other things that you don't know. Another question you should be asking the DD, ATC cleared the pilots to take off.
Exactly.
You don't have that. If they have cleared that pilot to take off, then your pilots cannot taxi without being given
So
clearance.
that means they cleared her then.
No, I'm not saying they did. I'm telling you by regulation, the pilots cannot move without
So why was she
being given
moving the
clearance.
aircraft?
The pilot said he was cleared.
Why
No,
was
she said she was cleared.
So if she was cleared,
So
then
if she was cleared, she was not at fault.
why
You
was she
see, let me
suspended?
say this with good
Why was she
kind of.
suspended?
Now God save. See, make I speak the word my people you understand. Now God save one. You know as God save him. God save and say, now even woman. If now man when he head they spark like you own, they move that aircraft, the thing will just suck him in. Now another thing will
No,
be talk now.
if it was a Boeing aircraft,
It will just suck him in.
if it was Boeing, because it's a small jet. If it was a Boeing aircraft, it stands there,
You know
it
the
will
thing
suck
is,
all of them in and shred them.
the thing is this.
Oh.
In this country, we are very reactive. We're not proactive. If you watch the video of the number of so-called security personnel that was on ground that day, you'll be asking yourself, what are they doing? You see, so this reflector that they wear, it don't make us not know who be tanker, diesel,
Lot of children.
jet one attendant, and who be security.
We don't know.
So we need to see. It's not about training and retraining and retraining. The minister has not told you how much will go into that training and retraining. Every opportunity in Nigeria, as far as government is concerned, is embezzlement, corruption. The airlines know how to train their own people. It is standard. They don't need to be training them because of something happened. They train them well. If you enter an aircraft going from here to South Africa, the way the hostess will talk to you, you yourself, you will dash them all your money. It's the truth. It's only in Nigeria that you see someone who even to smile for you, no problem. Even to show you your seat, no problem. Everybody in Nigeria is frustrated. So when Charles Soludo said that people need to go to psychiatry, they should start from those in power. They are the problem of this country. It is our leaders that are demarketing this country. The kind of decisions they take is what is demarketing this country. You go and share 150 million naira to some people who went to play football and basketball, yet doctors are not being well paid. Nurses are not being well paid. There's nothing in the land. The decisions they make, I don't want to ask myself, do they sleep at night? How do they wake up to take these decisions? So once you're a minister in Nigeria now, you're a de facto God.
Yeah.
Whatever you say is final. Nobody will question you. This is not how a country should be run. This is not how a country should be run. Every day I wake up, I look at my children and I'm asking, what is there for them tomorrow?
Okay.
Nigeria is the only country where when somebody dies, they will not remember the good things you did. Nobody talks about the evil you committed. Nigeria is the only country where your leaders will never ask you in a town hall meeting, what do you people want? But rather, it is what they think you want that they give to you. When will we stop this slavery mentality in this country?
All right, sir. So very quickly, let's just I mean, they say you don't speak ill of the dead. So in Nigeria, we don't used to talk bad thing about the dead people.
I beg,
And,
precious, move forward. I beg. Don't annoy me.
see, that's
Don't
what
annoy
all
me.
of us
Don't
have
annoy me.
good things to say about Buhari. See, you cannot be saying bad about him. Sir,
So, I read my Facebook. I don't know whether I'm a good thing do because it took us back 50 years.
ew. Mr. Beggar, but you understand what I mean now. You don't say ill of the
The Bible never said you not speak ill of the
eh.
dead. The
I
Bible
mean, in
was never
African
written
culture,
anywhere
we
in the
don't say
Bible.
ill of the dead.
Even the Bible does not say don't speak ill of the. It just said the memory of the righteous is always
Eh.
present.
Okay.
That's what it says. It didn't
All
say
right.
don't speak ill. There's no. I read the Bible, so there is not one place that say don't speak ill of the dead.
Mm,
He said you shall know
shall
the
set
truth,
you
and the
free.
truth shall set you free.
Hallelujah.
All right, let's go straight to the young lady's reaction and then we'll move past this conversation. So, Comfort Emmanson, the Ibom Air passenger lady, has responded. She's confirmed her release from Kirikiri prison. She posted on her Instagram handle at soft_commie. She thanked supporters for their prayers and concern and confirming her release at Kirikiri prison. In fact, she talked, say, for right now, her body they pain her because of the way they drag her and the kind of things we don't happen to her. That's her here. That's a picture of her being released from Kirikiri. And I think her sisters were trying to shield her face because of the public humiliation, but then that's her there, and maybe they know want me she see those things. And then she also said something about that she would give an account of her part of the incident within the next couple of days. But for now, that she's in severe pain and she needs some medical attention, and that she'll do that. That's her statement. Thank you all for your prayers, love, and support. And I've been released from the prison, but I'm still in pains due to how I was treated. I just need some rest and medical treatment before I give my version of the event. Thank you so much, my lovely friends and supporters. I really appreciate you all from the bottom of my heart. God bless you. Thank you, and God bless you. We should have a lesson or two to learn from this incident. So let's just speak about that. Mr. Onitilo, I'm gonna make I let you because now you be the Oga Pata Pata for airline operation. Now you be the captain of this ship over there right now. Be this flight. Make I let you. So again, the NBA is saying that they would only come in if she is willing to
Yep.
continue to press charges. Just like you said, they feel use Parapo, use settle the matter, make
Yep.
continue like that again. But
Yep.
which lesson will we suppose learn? Because of the kind of embarrassment. Because you know why the thing they pay me. You don't see plenty like American and other international newspapers and news agencies don't carry this story. In fact, they started with Kwam and then now we don't spread with this. So our airlines, our aviation service just there, sector, just there before the public eye back to back and all that. So now waiting make me say make I call you more talk about it. So which kind of lesson we supposed to learn from this? Waiting an ideal, a sane country supposed to do to forestall such thing from happening again.
I think it starts from granting full autonomy to the NCAA. That's where it starts from. You can't fix anything without that agency having full autonomy. As long as you have the political class having influence over a regulatory body that is supposed to be independent by a cow standard, I doubt there's anything we can fix. Secondly, airlines need to now start looking at the quality of people that they employ to manage people inside the aircraft. And their mental state needs to be evaluated. They need to be taught how to de-escalate. They need to regularly check whether these guys even understand the SOPs on board. And because it's a state-owned airline, I would bet it that you have local content driving recruitment. Not, you understand? So because there are some domestic airlines you will enter, when you meet the people on board, you will not see this kind of thing go on. So if you see other people that have posted online, they said they've had incidents with this same cabin crew. There's somebody that they said they fly to Ghana and some other, this same particular woman. So which begs for reckoning. Is the airline invested in enough training? Are the people well trained? Did they know how to de-escalate? Are they understanding what the SOPs and the regulations are? The airline has a oversight on how. Then fan security. How are they trained on how to respond to this kind of issue and de-escalate. Not to get, and all this attitude of people that work within, if you work in a space where you deal with customers, you can't be posting customer data or videos online. It brings a reputational damage to your brand if you've been sued. You cannot post the video of people, even the security guys posted another video when they were manhandling her. Like an animal, they were treating her like an animal. And they posted the video. So there is to be a lot of unlearning, relearning, retraining across all the spheres, from fan, the people, even the ramp handling agents. The SOP does not grant them the right to go to the plane and go drag somebody. It's not done. It's the work of aviation security. That's fine. To drag somebody off the aircraft is the only way. You know why they put the powers in the hands of the police? You know, normally when you see police enter anywhere, you behave because of their uniform. That's why they left it in their hands. The only time you can have the cabin crew detained or confined, so if that person becomes on board the aircraft, violent, trying to cause harm or pain, so they can step in with the other passengers and confine that person till the plane lands or the security is able to come in time. But that never happened. So you had no reason to be trying to detain. Where is she going to walk to? She comes down from the aircraft. She can't go far. She's still going to pass through.
Now, just one radio call. One radio, they go wait for half hour. Do you know go even reach exit? Before she don't reach departure, they don't even hold herself.
So they lack the skill in de-escalating. And that's one of the things all airlines right now need to run a retraining for all their cabin crews and their pilots. How do you de-escalate? Look, all the things that happen are lessons for people, for the airlines, for the industry. Somebody is carrying a container that is about 750 ml. You want to carry into the aircraft. The law says not more than 100 mils, and it must be in a transparent bag. That's the regulation. Everybody failed at the point of boarding. The people that allowed him to pass with that container failed. How did that container pass through that security, the last page? How did it pass through there? There is failure there as well. There is compromise. So if it was something that could have been used as a bomb on the aircraft, those guys were allowed to pass and enter the aircraft. So those ones also failed. So the Kwam one incident will never even have happened because they should never have allowed him to pass. They should have collected the container. The container was not supposed to pass through. They would have collected, if it was an ordinary citizen, they would have collected it. The security people are not supposed to look at the face of anybody because once a major threat enters the aircraft, the fatality will be massive. Okay, terrible fatality.
Well, Mr. Netilo, is that enough for people like what's his name now, Mr. Macaroni Debo, to say that Abike Dabiri is not deserving to have the position that she has for pleading on behalf of Kwam that he
because what happened here is Abike Dabiri has no respect for rule of law.
Hey.
Yeah,
hey.
He has no respect for rule of law.
Hey.
She demonstrated that somebody can just kill, do anything, but because it belongs to my party, it's part of us, he has apologized. No, that's what she demonstrated. There's a rule of law. There's morality. Morality is based on prejudice. Morality is always prejudiced. The rule of law is not that's why the law is blind. She demonstrated she has no respect for rule of law. So
do you agree with Fisayo Sambo that the Comfort is not just released because they think it's right or they've noticed that they cheated her, that she was released because maybe the airline don't see I'm saying that them actually that false.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what we're saying. They have uncovered a lot of things that can be a reputational damage. So if you pursue it, if this thing gets to court, the things that will come out, the airline might not be able to recover from the damages. You might not be able to recover. Reputational damage is always harder to fix when there are other evidence, because lawyers know there is a camera inside the aircraft. They know what the instant act, the act from the NCAA, they know what all the acts is supposed to do. They will query, was the SOP followed? Was the act followed? You know when you are in court, it's not emotions. SOPs will be called to bear. Regulations will be called to bear. Did you do this? look, there are cases. If you watch in some places, people that committed a grave crime have escaped judgment because probably the witness is a thief. Because somebody proved that the witness is a thief, you're used to lying this, and it works off. So the law does not have respect for emotions. It does not have respect for prejudice or bias. It's based on what the lawyers bring to court to bear. And I'm sure all parties have seen where this thing is going. It's not going to end well.
Thank you. I'm coming to you for another conversation, please. Just help me hang on there. Mr. Prince Chilaka, very quickly, just to sum up this. Um, a lot of Nigerians react to this matter. They talk, say, no be say them government do take the decision because of say they feel say be right. Say, as a matter of fact, poor people no get say now. Waiting this thing don't teach us. Say, the justice, be like say our lady justice for Nigeria. Not only does she have eyes, but her sense they pick the rich only. To favor against the poor and all that. What's your reaction to that very quickly? As a Nigerian, how does this make you feel?
For me as a Nigerian, let me say this is the first time I want to applaud the justice system of Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. This is the first time.
Okay.
I want to applaud it in the sense that I didn't believe that we have a justice system that can get somebody arrested and within hours charged and locked up.
Hell.
Why am I saying this? 2023 election, we had people who were arrested, supposedly arrested, for infringing on the political process. Up to today, they have not been charged to court. We have an EFCC that was running up and down with Yaya Bello. And when they finally came face to face with Yaya Bello, it became a different story. We have a system where people get arrested as bandits, Boko Haram, terrorists, and we treat them as repentant, and we bring them back into the society. That is the Nigeria we have. I said this. You see, this lady is a lucky lady. She's so lucky. She gonna need to cut soap which they use for me, because I need that soap. I'm telling you, the reason why she is free today is because of the outcry of ordinary Nigerians calling for the head of Kwam.
Yes.
Oh, so it's when I say it's not because of Kwam, they for not even forgive her, even though
her case, they don't throw away the key.
The case was gone.
Hey.
It is because they are trying to see. It's just in a bid to find a soft landing for Kwam that they decided to let this one die.
So it wasn't on the merit of the fact that she didn't do anything. It wasn't on its merit.
No. They don't even consider those ones. Is it not when people started shouting that the police now said they want to investigate Kwam? You want to investigate someone who held an aircraft hostage. You didn't arrest the person.
What are you investigating?
What is that? Now, the thing is this. You see, for me, Precious,
sir,
this whole thing has taught us a big lesson. And that lesson, I hope we will take it home. This idea of people flaunting who they know. Do you know who I am? This idea of us in the country shifting the goalposts when the match has started, we need to stop it. If there are laws, let the law be applied to A, to B, to C. Let us stop this whole, system where we look at the person's face, like you said, our justice system. They said the day blind, but when they carry somebody, call it open one eye, go peep. They go put their eye, go do like this, go wink. We need to change it. We need to have people in power who believe in the sanctity of Nigeria. I said with painful heart that the leaders we have today in this country, they're not patriotic. They don't even understand what patriotism is. They don't. Because if they understand, they will be asking themselves, what are we going to bequeath to the upcoming generation? You see what is happening between NYSC and the young lady who criticized the government.
Yeah.
And then tell me, where is the lie for what she said? Where is the lie?
And they came up with.
Now they say she didn't sign name. She didn't do. Come on, we should stop. See, we are politicizing everything in this country, and I'm going to appeal to the ordinary Nigerians, because Nigeria has become a country where Nigeria is the only country in the world where the oppressed are always hailing those who are oppressing them. Nigerians, what's the shame on our eye?
All right. Thank you very much, Prince Francis Chilaka. So, Mr. Bengonitilo, I'm going to. I need your take on two conversations very quickly. I know you're itching to go. Please forgive me.
Okay.
One is I sure say you see that Babacha Lawal interview with Shehu Kimbaloyi on Monday and the Basbos, and especially a part of that interview would infuriate a lot of people, where he insults Tinubu, say he's full of himself, and then can also insult an entire tribe. I'm sorry, but your ethnic nationality, our ethnic nationality, because I also be Yoruba by extension. Even though say the presidency don't answer them, I will take that video very quickly. It's short clips of the video. I will take them quickly and then take presidency response. Then let me take your response based on what's playing out in the polity right now, what you think about it. Then before I quickly take the second conversation about Peter Obi and the obedient movement generally, as they have accused the president of trying its best to ensure that Peter Obi does not have any political party to fall on in 2027. And say that they try their best to any party when go say they go deliberately cause problem inside just to make sure say you know get any party to enter. Now the reason why this is important is because some people have likened that to weakness on the part of Peter Obi. Why some people feel that he's just too principled to want to meddle himself with dirty politics. But that should that matter, at some point you should take the bull by the horn. So I really need, the reason why I need you to put your mouth for this tribalistic thing, especially the one where Babacha mentioned, say, Tinubu administration, they tribalistic. It is important because I don't know whether you see the things from the same perspective way in don't see them, and I would like your honest and sincere reaction. Let me see if I can take that footage very quickly. Please take a listen.
To the other side and fairly speaking to another 8 years. Those are the arguments of some Nigerians who think fairness is only if power. And that's the reason why your very good friends, Peter Obi and Rotimi Amaechi said...
And Bola Tinubu must include him.
Is Bola Tinubu still your friend?
Yes, of course.
Your former friend or your present friend?
We are friends. We've not had a conference to dissolve it. We have to meet to dissolve it. We've not.
No, but you've been speaking against him so fiercely.
Yes, I should.
Is that how you speak against your friends?
Oh, yes, you are free. You should be in a position to tell your friend the truth.
On television?
On television, if he doesn't listen individually.
When was the last time you spoke to him?
July 2002.
That's a long time. That's 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, so that maybe he's now your acquaintance, not your real friend any longer.
Well, I don't know. At one time, as part of our problem when it started, he called one of our friends to bring a dictionary and read what does the friend means. The problem with Bola Tinubu is that he thinks I'm the one that offended him. I didn't offend him. He offended me.
What did you do to him?
No, it's not for television, that one. But he offended me. And he's full of himself. And he thinks that because he's now so-called president.
Is he so-called or he's the president?
So-called.
That's the president of the Federal Republic.
I believe he didn't win the election.
What makes you think so? Because you supported Peter Obi?
Yes.
So that's why you think.
The results available to us at that time believe he didn't win the election.
But the court says otherwise.
The court, of course, you know who they are.
The court stands for justice.
Yeah, the court stands for justice in court.
So you don't believe in the courts?
I believe in the courts. What can you do? They are there. They are supposed to do their duties. They are doing their duties. It's not about believing.
So if you don't believe Bola Tinubu won the election, the court in the first, the results at the poll says he won. The court in the first instance says he won. Yes. The court in the second instance says he won.
Yes, but the facts on the ground said he didn't win.
Who now won? Atiku?
Peter Obi won that election.
That came third?
According to the result that was announced. Not according to the true results.
So how do you determine who won an election?
We have the data now. Look, we had monitors on the field. We had agents on the field. We collected our data. We know our results. We know the results that were coming in from the field. We can see clearly the point at which they were altered. We can see clearly, you know.
Was he altered in Anambra? Was he altered in Abia? Was he altered in Enugu? Peter Obi won landslide. He won over 90% of the votes in that region.
Yes.
He beat Bola Tinubu in Lagos.
Yes.
He had huge vote in the North
It doesn't
Central.
mean there are no states where election was conducted. There are. You know, when you do rigging, you rig only where you are strong. And because...
Is Peter Obi strong in Lagos? That is Bola Tinubu's state.
Yes.
As a politician, you know what it means when you lose your home top.
I know what it means.
On top.
They didn't understand the demography of Lagos very well at that time.
So it was a shocker.
It was a shocker. They underplayed the demography of Lagos. And it shocked them. And the demography showed. Subsequent elections, they worked on that demographic issue. That's why there was voter suppression in the gubernatorial election. And in this last election, local government. The demography took them by surprise.
Would you still be supporting Peter Obi in 2027?
You think they say a day in politics is long. Things have changed. The parameters that we were used to evaluate our candidate in 2023 is going to be different from this one. Things have moved on, so we'll see when we get there. We'll see what.
So this your antagonism and criticism of Bola Tinubu is personal.
It's not personal. I thank God that I didn't make a mistake of being in this government. I thank God that He gave me that opportunity at that time to distance myself from that government. I don't know, because if I were in this government, I probably would have been sacked a long time ago, or probably would have been killed, or I probably would have resigned.
Why?
Because the way they run the government doesn't gel with me.
What makes you feel?
I cannot go to a meeting in which 99% of the participants are Yorubas. I lived in Lagos for a long time. The tendency that they finish the meeting in their language and then I'm just sitting down there. I cannot go.
Is that what operates?
Yeah. They are so predominant in the system. They are so predominant in the system.
So you're accusing this government and President Bola Tinubu of nepotism.
Let me tell you, when we were doing the campaign, after he went to that Lagos and said that thing that he said about Emeloko.
That's Ogun State.
Yeah, in Ogun State. There was a Bola Tinubu platform in which were participating. And they started insulting Northerners. Northerners are this, Northerners are this, Northerners are this, they are illiterate. So I wrote on that platform, a WhatsApp group. These are the people whose votes we will need. If you antagonize them, we are finished. Then I wrote that. The problem with Yorubas, and I still repeat it, is that when you support them and they win, they turn around to convert you as if they behave as if they have subdued you, as if they have conquered you. They will not count your support. When I used to say that all the time, even when we sit in his house and they say, no, BD is not like that. I used to say, look, gentlemen, if they are honest, bring them on this television, they will remember. I said, the things that we are just doing this because we want Bola Tinubu to be president. We that are not Yorubas will regret it. Because when you go there, they throw us out. They say, no, BD, why are you saying that? It's not true. It's happening now.
Is it happening now?
Exactly. Worse than that. I didn't expect it to be.
Okay, so Ms. Onichilo, I'd like you to chime in on this conversation very quickly. Now, you see everything from the accusation of, the character and person of the president, Tinubu himself, to in style of politics, to the ethnic and tribalistic thing, even though that I do not agree that character trait is a tribal thing or religious thing. I mean, you have different kind of characters in different religions and different ethnic nationalities, so it doesn't matter. But then let me get your reaction to this. And then presidency don't answer, and presidency saying that because of, say, in the fine way, in need political oxygen. So in the choke right now, so now waiting make him that he's desperate. So, but let me take your reaction, sir.
Okay, if you just go to ChatGPT and just ask ChatGPT, what percentage of Yorubas are in Bola Ahmed Tinubu's cabinet? You will see that key findings. I just want to make it simple for people. I don't want people to tax their brain. Just type, what percentage of Yorubas are in Bola Ahmed Tinubu's cabinet? Here is what I found regarding representation of Yorubas and President Bola Ahmed.
Actually, they answer you. Now ChatGPT they answer you like that. That fine girl.
Yeah, number one, BBC report on the top 8 positions. BBC article, May 2025, highlights that all 8 of Nigeria's most sensitive federal positions like heads of NNPC, EFCC, police, custom are held by Yorubas, marking 100% Yoruba presence in those top spots. 2, broader cabinet composition. According to a breakdown from Portfolio Media Activities, A total of 13 ministerial and top cabinet positions were held by Yorubas, including Minister of Petroleum, who is the president, Minister of Finance, Wale Edo, Minister of Interior, Olubunmi Tunji Ojo, Minister of Justice, Attorney General, Lateef Fagbemi, Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, Minister of Solid Minerals, Dele Alake, Minister of Communication, Innovation and Digital Economy, Bosu Tijani, Minister of Maritime and Blue Economy, Adegboyega Oyetola, Minister
Now,
of Industry,
ChatGPT,
Trade
the
and
name of
Investment,
these
Jumoke
ones.
Oduwole. Yes, Minister of Education, Morufu Olatunji Alausa, Minister of Youth Development, Ayodele Olawande, Minister of State Health, Salako Adekunle Adeboye. Now, another one, Netherlands calculation of overall appointments. A user-led analysis on Netherlands noted that along 71 federal appointments from the north, Yorubas accounted for 23, yielding 29.8% representation of the Yorubas in those particular posts. Let me shock you more. Some commentaries argue that up to 86% of key appointments, especially sensitive or influential roles, have gone to individuals from the Southwest, with 90% described as Lagos boys. What do you want me to say?
You're Yoruba man.
Yeah, there's nothing to say. The facts are there. Just go to it. There's nothing to say.
So you're
These
saying that
are
Babachara
facts.
Lawal is right?
Well, anybody can go to ChatGPT, and I wish I could share the screenshot. Go to ChatGPT, just type, what is the percentage of Yoruba people in Bola Ahmed Tinubu's cabinet? It will bring it out for you. Abacha Ahmed is not talking based on emotions. Facts are facts. I don't know why Nigerians like living in denial. I'm a Yoruba man. What has been a Yoruba man done for me?
No, the reason
Improved
I'm
my
saying
living
this is
laws.
that because I mean we've been largely, in fact, a lot of people have accused this administration of dividing Nigerians,
No, the facts are
the
clear.
most along ethnic lines.
The most sensitive ministries, power, position is Yorubas. What are we talking about? The most sensitive positions in his cabinet is Yorubas. The most sensitive institutions is Yorubas. Attorney General, Police, EFCC, NNPC, Finance. What the hell are we talking about? So the facts are facts. You can't fight. You can't argue with facts. You can't argue when the sun is out. Sun is out. Sun is out. Moon is out. Moon is out. So these are things. These are not even things we should be discussing. That's the reality.
No, they are important. They are
That's the
important for
reality.
discussion so that we balance conversations. I mean, so that
Why are you discussing now? I'm looking at you. You have a transparent glasses on that has a reflector. You are wearing like a light lemon green shirt. So why are you what will we be discussing? Okay, let's discuss what is Precious wearing.
Miss Anitila. All right. So one of the reasons I asked this question is because say anytime when people come talk or critique the present administration, and the present administration, they always
Yeah.
like to, especially the president's handlers, they always rather malign the characters of the people we critique the administration. And this is exactly what they have done to Babacha Lawal by saying that he needs oxygen, he lacks political relevance, and that he was begging, in fact, that he had said in the past that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the best person for the job, but right now he's changing his mouth and all that.
I think the president has one of the worst image makers. I will tell you for the truth. That's a fact. They're one of the worst image makers. People that the moment you start being antagonistic of everybody that talks against the presidency, then you lost the fight. You should be rather, if you're a real image maker, your focus should be talking about what you guys are doing.
I was going to go
focus.
to that. That's exactly where I was going to.
If people are challenging your government, then bring out facts that are verifiable.
Absolutely. Now they go.
Stop talking based on
They go
emotions.
now. Each time when it be say, in fact, this administration, the other day I watched Arise Television. I will try post that clip later on within this week. I watch Arise Television when somebody will be a Bola Ahmed Tinubu supporter, they fight, the opposition ADC. Why would they say they'll form a parallel government and condemn Patu Tomi's shadow government and that it is wrong? And Rufai reminded him that, do you remember sometime in 2014, 2015? What? God
also
bless
said they
you.
will form a parallel government.
And he was shocked.
And it was said by even
Oshibaju was the one who said it on Channel Television.
That's what I'm saying. That's a
professor
professor
of law.
That's a professor
Of law.
professor of law.
Of law.
So look, this is the first time in how many years I'm coming to the media to talk. I've stopped talking about governance or
But we
anything
have
in
to
the Nigerian
talk
space.
because
You
we
are the
need to
first
educate
person.
people, sir.
You are the first person. You are the first person, maybe in like 3-4 years or that 5 years, that brought me to come and talk, because there was a point where we were used to talk regularly. The same Nigerians will be cursing
That one
and
a
yapping
normal
people
thing.
like
They
me
don't cost us. They
when
don't
we are
cost us
speaking the
tire.
truth. So Nigeria is not worth, for me, Nigerians are not worth fighting for. Nigerians are not worth losing your energy over, because their memory is so short. They're so short. They can't even deal issues. We are talking here now. Somebody is mentioning Buhari. Is it Buhari that is running
They
government
said
now?
Buhari. They said
Look at only a
they
fool
said
does not
Buhari
ever
did
say
the
that.
same thing.
What
Buhari did the
is
same
it
thing.
Buhari?
But do
Somebody
you
is
know that
mentioning
looking
Buhari
at
here. Some of your
Buhari's
people is
nepotism,
mentioning
it wasn't
Buhari.
even so much
We have,
linked to the
look,
northwest like that of
we
Tinubu.
have moved on. Governance is a continuum. Some people right now are even saying Buhari is better. God forbid.
Hell,
God forbid that you comparing Buhari to this. It shows how low we are falling. If we are going to have to be saying, Buhari's time is better. Why? Because there was no band A, band C electricity. Fuel price was not up to over 1,000.
and he did not
Exchange rate did
borrow. He
not
did
go to
not borrow
almost
as much as this
2,000.
president has borrowed. Even while paying.
No,
No,
he
I'm not saying he
borrowed.
did not borrow. No, I'm
He
looking.
borrowed now. He has used your crude oil
You don't.
to
My point is
borrow
that with the
like
speed,
forever.
and while he's still paying subsidy, but these people are
Madam,
not paying
leave
subsidy.
that matter.
So
Madam, leave that matter. Don't even try and make any excuse, a case for Buhari. Nobody should be making a case for the guy. But where I'm sad is we're even now trying to justify Buhari better. Oh. How did we get here? It's worse. When I say Buhari better, oh, what kind of country, what kind of better is that?
The reason as I said earlier, I raised this question because of say it is important for us to note some things. For me, I feel like as a lot of people they criticize this administration every day about their ineptitude, their lack of accountability, their profligacy, everything when they cause them on. I feel like as the 2027 election draws close, that this present administration, they in a better position to buy the hearts of Nigerians by righting their wrongs and giving the
Which wrong are you
whatever
wrong in
it is,
right,
just give people a
madam?
bit of ease of living. You know, Nigerians are very easy to please. So would they rather do that?
Easy to please, like that. It's not that we're easy to please. We have given up.
No, that will not get
Don't
up again.
look. Excuse me.
Sir?
Excuse me. Nigerians have given up. It's not about they are easy to. Nigerians are not easy to please. They are giving up because they look. Part of the challenge is literacy level in Nigeria is at a very low state.
That's one of the reasons I adopt Pidgin English for this conversation.
Literacy level in Kenya is
Absolutely.
higher
And
than
then the
Nigeria.
political awareness and political literacy is also higher in Kenya.
Nigerians don't even know how to talk about issues. We're talking here, people are already fighting themselves, ethnicity, turning ethnicity. Those are the things they use against us. We're already talking about Igbo, Yoruba. So now that I'm Yoruba, what has changed? When Hausa ruled, what did Buhari do for the Hausas? Really?
Were their lives better?
All of them that have ever, even when Jonathan ran, was Nigeria. What did he do? He only did for a select few people, not for the region. The only person that really developed, the only days where people really developed their region was in the days of the Sadaunas, Awolowo, and Zik. Because it was regional government. That was the only time. That was the last time we had development. All the people we have in power today are just merchants. They are traders. They're not there to govern. They're here to trade. So when you say Nigerians are patient, they're just giving up. Nigerians are just finding a way to just survive.
So are you saying that this government wouldn't have probably looked for a way to make things better so that Nigerians can at least...
Which Buhari's government? Which Buhari's government?
I mean, this government, they not just look for a way to make things better for people so that people go consider, because of that, make we drum on our support for 2027.
All they are just doing is pash as far as I'm concerned. It's pash. It's pash. Because once, look, they are talking about macroeconomics. That inflation is down, GDP is up, your GDP is growing, your people are becoming poorer. because we are implementing policies from World Bank and IMF. And they will tell you to devalue your currency. They will tell you to sell your state assets and do a whole lot of funny stuff at the expense of your people. The only way you define if your economy is growing is by Human Developmental Index. And how do you measure that? You measure that the quality of life of your people is improving, which means disposable income.
But this administration now don't talk say quality. Oh yeah, no,
excuse me.
Let me play you something.
Hold on, Precious.
Okay,
this administration wants to tax and level people to prosperity. No nation tax their people to prosperity. Nations, yes, there's no nation on earth that use taxation to grow the economy. No nation. Nations only tax prosperity. You tax when people are prosperous, because it's when you have economic activities, when you have people disposable income increase, when you have businesses running, when you have employment increasing, that's when government taxes, that's where they make money from. Why do you think during COVID, America was printing money and giving their people money? Cash without working.
Because they know people no get access to
the
money,
reason
so they
for
want
that,
them.
when people spend, businesses will keep going on. Exchange will going on. And that is how government taxes. Government taxes prosperity. Everything they've done, taxes, levies, they've taxed people into poverty. Taxation does not grow any economy. Never. Go do your research. Ask ChatGPT. Ask anything you want to ask. Any nation that is taxing people that are down has no solution to fix the economy.
All right, so
because at the end of the day, you say you want to grow economy, but the recurrent expenditure of government is growing.
So, Mr.
Government is not sacrificing.
Mr. Onitelo, the reason why we could be here, not to enlighten Nigerians, the president
That
himself,
is what I'm doing.
Yes, I know.
What do you think I'm doing
I know.
now?
Now, I won't tell you more of what's in the talk, so that we'll go feel balance them. Now, the president himself don't come out. Just a few days ago, he tell us say the economy don't stabilize now. Dollar now don't stabilize.
Which economy has stabilized, man?
That's what they talk now. And then
I'm telling you the reality. The last time you bought petrol, how much was it? 870 naira per liter.
And then
what is minimum wage?
I don't know whether you hear Alausa, your brother.
I need to ask you a question.
Alausa, your brother.
What is minimum wage? What is minimum wage right now?
Okay, so the Minister of Education, Alausa, also come talk, say there is abundant prosperity.
Minister of who?
Of Education, Alausa. He come and come talk, say there is abundant prosperity, and people don't be prosperous now. Say because even if you look at all the statistics and indices from World Bank and other international bodies, say it shows.
That is what I'm saying.
And then the come show say the GDP don't drop. Sorry, the inflation don't drop. Things on the better.
Inflation drop.
If
inflation drop, has the price of goods and services dropped?
It was rebased.
If inflation, look, let me tell you, those are just data. They are using data based on global GDP. If inflation drops, really, in real life, the prices of goods and services will drop.
Absolutely.
The price of petroleum products will drop. Look, a country that cannot subsidize energy, if anybody that can type into ChatGPT, type, every country in the world, they subsidize power, they subsidize energy, they subsidize the key things that drive transportation, so that people can have disposable income to spend. Power is subsidized in China, in America, in the UK, because it's a national asset. It's a threat against security and living rights. So the government ensures they subsidize it.
Okay.
Government subsidizes farmers all over the world.
Okay.
When farmers produce, they cannot sell everything. The government will buy 80% of their produce, give them money, and keep it for storage. What are we talking about?
Mr. Nitolo, let me quickly.
So this government, when they say they remove subsidy, increase allocation to the state governors. They don't have no money to spend. How has that trickled down to the people?
Did they really add more money to the governors, or inflation overtook the more money they
No. The subsidy money they removed increased FAC allocation
I'm
to the
not
state
also saying no
governors.
increase, but if you look at the inflation, where can happen, the
And
money
because
can't
we
be
are
like
looking
say,
at, when you
it can't
start
be like
looking
say it
at
won't
dollar
increase.
exchange, because we are looking at
A dollar
dollar, if you are
exchange,
looking at
but
dollar exchange rates,
it
but
can't be
those
like say
guys
the
now
money
have
no
more
increase
naira.
before because now
They
the
have more
value,
naira.
now the value we dey
They
talk
have
about,
more naira.
but they have more, but the value of the naira, uncle. How about the value of the
Madam,
naira?
madam, they
Sir?
have more naira to do projects.
Okay, sir. All right,
But
sir. I know agree,
everything
sir.
is being diverted.
All right, make I play you waiting your minister for information talk so that they no go talk saying me that accuse the president of saying the
Oh,
things when they
I've
say.
told you this reality.
I
Is
know,
metrics
but you know, people will
based
not.
on
I
World
like to
Bank.
bring
They
evidence
are
on my
just
platform.
fulfilling World Bank and IMF agenda to get money.
But me, I
It's
like to
just
play
data from
evidence on my
there.
platform. If I not bring evidence, now people go accuse me say they lie against government.
Just vex us
No,
with the video. Oh, yeah, vex us.
and then they vex you. I'll bring Prince Francis still as cartoon. Maybe he has something
endure some
different to say
pain,
about
and this
things.
is what we have gone through.
Says the
But I
minister for
can tell you
information.
that Nigeria's economy is now on a solid footing, and it is going towards the destination that Mr. President has promised. The $1 trillion economy, we're gradually going there. Food sufficiency, we're going there. Insecurity that has bedeviled this country for a long period of time is being tackled by Mr. President, being tackled by all the governors. The kind of deficit that the governors and the central government is having in terms of resources is also not being tackled. You can see that resources are being freed for governors and the central government to have enough for them to deliver the promises of democracy that they've given to their people. I think it's work in progress, but we're happy with where we are going. We think that Nigeria will be better off for it.
Thank you very much, sir.
Relationship between the states and the federal government. And this is one such meeting that we have just had now. And it has come out well. We are sharing with him what we are doing. He's also telling us what the governors are doing, especially the progressive governors. And we put that into account, take this feedback, and that will help us to, of course, fashion out our communication for Nigerians to understand better so that we can have that country, that prosperous country that Mr. President has promised Nigerians.
So what are the things that you're doing that you want Nigeria to know?
Well, my job is to communicate, to tell Nigerians what is happening, to tell Nigerians the effort that government is making. And we have come here to consult, to discuss. And it is that same messaging. As Minister of Information, I don't build roads, I don't build hospitals, I don't construct classrooms. My job is to ensure that the business of government is known to Nigerians. And this is one of such consultations that we do to ensure that Nigerians get to know about policies and programs of government so that all of us will be in alignment for the progress and for the unity of our dear country.
Okay, sir, what is the state of the renewed hope agenda by the federal government?
What is what?
The state of the renewed hope agenda.
Oh, renewed hope is cruising. Renewed hope is going well. People's hope, being renewed. We are hearing every day the positives coming out of the economy. All the rating agencies in the world are rating Nigeria's economy better now. It is not yet Uhuru. It is not yet El Dorado. We all know, but it's work in progress. But there is a great indication that the progression that we want, the direction that we want the economy to take, that the Mr. President has fashioned out, we are going exactly in that direction. And this is just at the midterm. We know that by the time that Mr. President completes the first 4 years, Nigerians will be better off for it.
In terms of
All right, okay. So, Prince Francis Chilaka, sir, the way you keep your eye as they look this video, sir, sir.
Things are
Oh, I don't
getting
even ask you question.
better.
Your eye
Things
just
are
look
getting
somehow, sir.
better. With the ball,
I don't know say the
things are getting better. Things are getting better. This is the nonsense your Senate President sang to Nigerians. Yes. This is the myopicness of those in power. Precious, things are getting better. Please, you were emotional yesterday. You saw the faces of those young boys who sleep on top of that bridge. Did you see faces of people who things are getting better with? You know the number of children that didn't go back to school last session? Go to the courts, go to the police stations. You'll see the number of cases of landlords and tenants fighting. Check how many people have been sacked from jobs. Things are getting better. The political class, as far as I'm concerned, they are not ashamed of themselves. What do you expect the minister to say? The minister that doesn't know how much fuel is costing. He doesn't even know who pays his NEPA bills. That is why an Amechi can open his mouth and tell you that 1 month, if you elect him, he will stop corruption. Meanwhile, he has not stopped the corruption he's benefiting from in Rivers State. Because Nigerians are uninformed. Nigerians have refused to read. Nigerians have refused to be aware. Nigerians have refused to be conscious of their environment. That is why somebody will come and tell you that things are getting better. Where is it getting better? Let me point out where it is getting better. Which state? Even this Lagos that we're in, is it getting better? Is it the southeast? Is it the north? Where is it getting better? Honestly, these people that just open their mouth and talk, I wonder the kind of children they are bringing up. And I wonder how their children relate with them.
Okay, sir. All right. So, Mr. Benga, let me go straight to the next conversation so I'll release you. I know I'm still keeping you. I'm so sorry. Meanwhile, there's a protest in my comment section, or they say you must come again. Will you come again? Please.
I don't want to talk about Nigerian issues again. I'm tired of
you will talk about Nigerian issue.
I'm tired.
Please. They are begging you. There are plenty here begging. We go protest. We'll carry placard, come meet you.
I don't like talking about Nigeria.
Placard, Mr.
Do you know how many times people are? You know how many times I've been running away from you?
I know. I tell them, and they don't understand. They don't understand. Thank you. All right. So moving on straight now, the Satan Kodon mentioned say he talk for inside an interview for AIT. Talk say the present administration they do their best to make sure Obi Peter Obi no get any platform where he be saying operate from. In fact, quoting him, he said that operation that the present administration is working on one particular agenda. It is Operation Do Not Allow Peter Obi to have a ticket. That is what they are working on. Operation Let Peter Obi not have a ticket. So they are making sure that any party when one adopt Peter Obi, they will cancel him. Then go find somehow put disaster inside those party. Why people are looking at it like as a weakness on the part of Peter Obi for being unable to still garner people's support, irrespective of such opposition against them. Would you be able to speak to this, Mr. Onitilo, please? I like your insight.
Okay, so I think Peter Obi's problem is the obedient movement. I voted for Obi the last election. If he comes again, I'll still vote for him. We know why I will say that is that politics is not a morality game anywhere in the world.
So you think he's just being too moralistic?
Hold on. I'm just trying to put perspective.
Okay,
Nigerians don't understand the game of politics. I tell people that what drives a country is the constitution. It's not the Bible. It's not the Quran. You can swear by the Bible or Quran. The tenets of the Bible or Quran is not what drives politics or governance. It's the constitution of the country. And the art of playing politics, lobbying, closing ranks, building influence, building capacity, is what gets... Look, Donald Trump came into power because of one man. One man.
Elon Musk.
Yeah, $400 million investment in his election. And now, even though they fought after all that, that's politics for you. And he got benefit from it because there were so many ways they would have gone after him to lose a lot of patents and right, taxation, violation, which they've not done. That's politics. And so most of the people in obedient movement don't understand that. If you're going to save the nation, there are some things you will have to do that are beyond the normal things that are being done. You have to close ranks. You have to play the game. I'm not saying sell your conscience. You have to play the game. It's about lobbying. It's about building influence. It's about closing ranks globally. So if you think a movement of people that are not very literate, people they've weaponized poverty against, they weaponize poverty against us. They've used ethnicity, they weaponize it against us
Even
to divide
religion.
us. They've used a lot of things. Even the Pentecostals are part of the problem. Pentecostal preachers, the people, the imams are part of our problem. So our people have been subdued mentally. They can't think straight. They don't understand what nation building it is. They don't even know what the expectation of good governance is. An average Nigerian cannot define for you what good governance is. They can't. They assume they know, but they can't define it. They assume, but they can't. When people cannot even hold their leaders accountable, they cannot question them. They will say, at least he tried. Is it his father's money? He tried
Just
now.
like they built flyover for us in River State, you know now. They say they
Flyover
try,
is
say
not,
we get
it's not,
flyover.
look,
So he tried.
anywhere they build, excuse me, anywhere they build flyovers in the world is to open up new communities.
No, our own are to cross
When you
one
see,
junction to the other, we build
when you see
flyover.
bridges, flyover, all those things being built in nations like China, Dubai, they are opening up new communities. You will see houses, you will see factories, you will see, it's an ecosystem it creates, it opens up, it creates development. They don't just, street light is not something to celebrate. You will see a governor go and commission street lights, and people are clapping for them. States in Canada, in America, local governments own airports. They build airports. Our governors are building airports and celebrating. In claims that things work, it's a project of local government. So our people don't even understand what government is. They don't understand what governance. So my words for Peter Obi is he should do what he needs to do if he wants to, and stop making promises like I will just do one time. Look, if you're going to play politics, you play it like a mafia. You have to play politics like a mafia. You go all in, guns blazing, do what you got to do to get what you need to get. The guys that are playing against him are playing the game of politics. It's just what it is. Whether they are planting people in his camps, subduing, is the art. It's the art of war. Politics is art of war. If you don't know how to play it, they will outplay you. If you're not playing it, politics is playing you. So people say, I don't want to play politics. Politics is playing you. There's politics in your house. Your children are playing politics with you. There's politics everywhere. In your neighborhood, there's politics. So if you don't want to play politics, politics will play you. Politics keeps running. So if he's living up to try and impress people in the party or the movement to appeal to them, but the question you ask yourself is, what? Because when you're playing politics, there is a place of funding. There is a place of people that have influence. Look, I've gotten involved to politics in the trenches in the past.
But
When I
most of the
saw it,
influential people then get their hands tainted with one bad thing or the other, way Nigerians they complain about.
look, when when this man, before this man became president, was so nice, playing with everybody. He's now president. He's the commander-in-chief. Before Putin took over, do you know how many cabals, oligarchs that were funding Putin? When Putin took over, after some time, he told them enough is enough. Do you know how many oligarchs that Putin has put in prison? Do you know how many oligarchs that Putin has taken out? Do you know how many of them ran out of Russia? Look, politics is an art of war. It's not the game that we're playing here. That Peter Obi is being nice, sounding. You go to war. I'm not saying that. And the people that are supporting him don't understand how this game is played. And if you are expecting being saintly to win anything in Nigeria, it's not going to happen. It's not.
So good character, good morals, go carry anybody go anywhere for Nigeria.
What did you say?
I say good character,
Is that
good
what you're talking
morals.
about? I'm not talking about Nigeria again. I'm tired.
Mr. Chilaka, would you just top up to this? Nigerians are itching to jumping on the conversation and ask questions. Mr.
No, it's the truth.
They say you go come, we'll go revolt now.
Precious.
Sir?
You know when your president said to you that power is not served a la carte.
Yes.
Grab it, snatch it, and run. That is
Limited.
politics. That is politics for you. I remember Nzeribe, late Otto Nzeribe, used to say, Senator, he used to say that if you go to contest an election, do whatever it takes for you to be declared winner. Let your opponent go to court. Yes, I'm serious. He says, do whatever it takes to win and be declared a winner. See, let me tell you my experience, my first journey into politics. You don't understand. The late Edwin Umesioke was then my political godfather. He was coming from a faction of UNPP then. And then they merged with APP to form ANPP. Now, after the formation of ANPP, we went for election because they gave us, those of us from the other side, they gave us secretary and they took chairman. So there has to be an election. And he went, on the day of the election, me, that was just a young greyhound, I didn't understand. When we got there, some people came to me and said, come, okay, we can make you secretary. But you will do for us. I said, okay. Jokingly, I agreed. That's how that I used to use option A4. They mounted us on me and the other contender on the table. And I just looked at the line of the other guy. The line was like, he had about 100 people. I had only 4 people on my own line. I had given up. One guy just got off from nowhere, climbed the table where I was standing, just said, say Francis, say Francis. Everybody from this side, they moved to this side.
That's how you use win.
Yeah. That's how they win. That's politics for you. I think Peter Obi needs to become more intentional about what he's doing. And I find it funny that Peter Obi does not have good spokespersons. He doesn't have. Peter Obi shouldn't be the one speaking on every issue.
Yeah.
But at this stage now, Peter Obi should have at least 4 or 5 people who are hot. They should be the ones addressing issues on his behalf.
But now, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu say get more than 2, 3, 4 communication person. Now the sense
but we know say some of them now Boro they join. And when you talk of people they work now somebody like Buala where we know say now anywhere belle face. I mean my friend Tokwe Fashua, which of them? But the point I'm trying to make is that Peter Obi needs to become more intentional. He should stop speaking and allow people to speak on his behalf. I'm saying this from the bottom of my heart. He has to. He really has to. He needs to begin to carry himself as a presidential candidate.
Yeah.
He needs to. He needs that ambience. What I expect him to do, talk less, build bridges.
Yeah. Alliances.
That's all he needs. If you like, use EFCC and carry everybody in ADC. But because he has been able to build alliances, build the bridge, it will not affect him. But what I don't want is this idea of begging and step down for me. I would no.
So people like Amechi don't come and content and say indirectly say if you think say you did popular, come win primaries, make we see you. Nah, the test of popularity.
When we talk of politics for this country, please leave Amechi. Don't be bringing Amechi matter up. Amechi cannot even win a local his own word. He cannot win it in Rivers State today.
That's not true.
He cannot win it. I bet when we're talking of people playing an international scene, not be Amechi now. Who know Amechi? You play me for Rivers Precious. You know Amechi. You think it's just for you to carry microphone and say, stone police, stone us. Stone us, you are collecting money from the state government as a former governor. Stone us, you are collecting the medical allowance from your state. Stone us, your state government gave you a house in Rivers, gave you a house in Abuja. Where do we start to stone him from?
Ew.
He who comes to equity must come with clean hands.
But those ones now waiting they sign into law now. In meet them.
Which stupid law?
The beneficiary of
Law
what
of
is it?
why are the people that work for 35 years not getting the same treatment? If not the greed and selfishness of your leaders.
It's part of the problem. So what I was saying. It's part of the problem.
All right, Nigerians, phone lines are open. Please kindly click on the link by the pinned post and it will bring you straight to the studio to jump in on the conversation. Mr. Onitilo cannot wait to leave.
This woman, I
Mr.
suppose to leave my
Mr.
office. They go
Onitilo
out.
don't they won't leave. I beg. Anybody will get question for him. Sharp. Call,
I'm
make
not
it
gonna leave
attend to
and
you
go to my
quick.
office.
I beg.
The people I excuse myself. And
Why?
making no, I ain't get show. Make an excuse now.
No. You don't need to. You don't need to excuse. You be landlord for this place.
I suppose all wrong since now.
You don't need
told
to.
me from
No,
the
I noticed
office.
some people will get questions to ask you. So now waiting make me the beg them, then just calling. So that when they call, ask the one where I no go fit answer. I not be you now. See me now. They never know your height. The difference between me and you, they don't understand. Now for reality, they go understand that. Mr. Benga, you know every. So kindly call the WhatsApp line 0817-029-4077, 0817-029-4077, or you click on the link that is by the pinned post to jump right in on the conversation. And I think we've got some people joining us very quickly. T.Y. Danjuma, welcome. Oh yeah, shoot quick. Mr. Benga won't go.
No, I no get.
T.Y. Danjuma.
I no get question for Mr. Onitolo. I dey gbadu you
Help me
seriously.
beggar, make you join
I
us.
don't dey
So,
beg. I don't give her. I don't send to her one bottle of vodka. Make he as bribe to make he come back.
Give Mr. Benga, send them address. You don't say you go shy you. Send them address, make you send the vodka
I,
coming.
I'm,
Now, should be na US today. Now US vodka you go
I
send
don't know
you.
where in day, whether he in Nigeria or he dey.
I did Nigeria. I did
No,
Lagos.
no let precious they drag you the way they drag you. I beg. Because the kind question where they ask you and the kind things where they talk, I know what make you they look your back as you dey waka because you've been spot on, you've been
Thank
spot
you.
on, and we can only now the truth only we go fit tell we go set Nigeria free. I don't want to talk about my brother Prince
Yes.
Chilaka because that one I already know him. I don't even know which I go pass will give him, But I think yes, but I think that we need people like you guys. It gives us hope that we'll see how people whose views transcend ethnic barriers and religious jingoism. I think that, particularly for the young ones where they come, the character makes a man. And when I look at all that you have said and all you are saying, I just can't but off my heart for you. So thank you very much. Keep it going. Prince Chilaka, I go send you die, make you. I go send you die, make you take die dose your hair because I know it's a Nigerian problem. Right?
No. No, leave her like that.
Because the passion when on the exhibit over this issue of Nigeria, I don't know. But make una take them easy. Precious, make you mind yourself or leave these guys alone. The question where they ask,
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm innocent, so what did I do?
So thank you guys. God bless you guys.
Thank you so much.
All right,
Thank
bless
you so
you
much.
too.
All right. Hello, good evening and welcome. Hello.
Hi,
Laura.
Good evening.
Hi, Laura.
Yes, good
that's
evening.
Laura calling from the UK. Laura, welcome. Go ahead.
Hi, hello to everyone in your studio, to
Yes.
Ms. Chilaka, TY, and
Mr.
your
Gbenga.
guest.
Yes, sir. No need to
You
know.
see, I was listening to Mr. Gbenga as I was, doing my evening chores and stuff. I only want to speak probably only to the Obi issue. I'm an Obi fan. I did the best that I could in the last elections.
Mm-hmm.
What he said and what Prince Chilaka has said are spot on. A few weeks or a month or two ago, I called into your show and I was making my point.
Yes, he said same thing.
I said it is absolutely wrong that at this stage that Peter Obi does not have a well-oiled communication machine, a crazy PR machine When Bola Tinubu came into the fray to help Buhari win the 2015 election, remember how he hired David Axelrod, his company, his media company. That is the same media company that worked for Obama. Crafting his speeches and all of that stuff. On top of that, they had Red Media, Williams and Chude, their media. So they had multiple layers. It was last minute when all them Babati were messing up and they didn't know what they were doing. They were doing tabloid PR, Guardian holding base PR in the days of new media. They didn't know what they were doing. Last minute, they went to get Cambridge Analytica. Last minute. So there's something someone said on Landslide News that one of Obi's, everybody has their strength, so I'm not critiquing him, but I'm giving a fair feedback, constructive feedback. Obi wants to do everything himself, and it's wrong. At this stage, there is no reason why Peter Obi has not hired a well-oiled PR machinery, a company that has exposure both in and outside of Nigeria. Look at all of the articles, the content that Bola Tinubu was pushing out to Axelrod. Whether it was the Times of London, whether it was in papers in Nigeria, he was protesting, leading protests in Nigeria, but he was rubbishing Jonathan on the international stage. Today, Bola Tinubu is a worse failure. Yet, Peter Obi, whom we all know won the 2023 election, is acting like this is one of the reasons why I just cancelled my Twitter account. I cannot waste my precious time in the period of AI where people are losing jobs left, right, and center. My whole life now, I just focus it on what is key to me. My career, maybe I'm washing plates, I'm listening to you in the background. But like the gentleman said, I can't be focusing on Nigeria's issues. I'm quite upset with Obi because I feel like he's bringing a pen knife, an orange knife, to a gun battle. Not an AK-47, but an AK-49. He's bringing a pen knife to a battle where people are using semi-automatic rifles, where people are using grenades, where people are using all sorts. You are dealing with a person whom Dati Baba Ahmed described at the end of that election that the criminality, you are dealing with somebody who survived the cartel system in Chicago, Illinois. The gangs in Chicago, Illinois they are crazy. They are mad. They've got connections all over South America. If you survive, you are dealing with that kind of person who another country calls, we do not give information about our assets. You are dealing with somebody who came on a personal visit to meet. Go online, go and Google when Tinubu needed to get something done in the UK and the Metropolitan Police did it for him. He wasn't in office, he wasn't president, he was nothing. You are dealing with someone who is allegedly an asset, who the government of another country, the FBI said, we do not release information about our assets. And what? You are sending Nana Kazauri to come and I'm not clamping down on her. At this stage, I said it the last time, Prince Chilaka, maybe the way I said it, maybe I didn't say it correctly, but I think the gentleman in the studio has said it in such a way that you now agree with me. Because the last time you kind of shut me down, you said, oh no, we would rather use his money to give. And I said to you that there is a greater good that he can do for Nigeria when he comes to power. He is behaving like someone who wants to contest the governorship election. This is not Chris Ngige and the Mba brothers. Those are local champions. You are dealing with an international, deeply connected, what Americans call an operator within the deep state. That is the character you are dealing with. And I feel like Obi is dealing, where is your PR, well-oiled PR machinery? How many articles have the opposition, particularly Peter Obi, put out in the international media? Precious, see, If it was Rotimi Amechi, who, as far as I'm concerned, he's not even qualified. If it was Rotimi Amechi or El Rufai that had this cult following of 20 million people, hey, Jesus, the country will be on fire.
You don't win, sis.
I'm upset with Peter Obi. El Rufai was governor of Kaduna State. He set up a fellowship in his name or in some sort of name in SOAS, Oxford University School of African Studies. There are things you begin to put in place because 10 years down the line, you want to contest. There are international links you build, and Dati Ahmed alluded to that. Do you understand when he said if Nigerians hit the street, it is a case of going to Addis Ababa, to go to Washington, and to go to London to do what needs to be done? Yes, Nigerians have their side. That's a question for another day. There is the demand side of politics, and Nigerians don't demand, so therefore they don't get. And it's not about, people say Nigerians are not educated. Are the Senegalese people more educated than us? But the Senegalese grew up in a culture where they've had 60 unbroken years of democracy because they grew up and they saw parents, a system where they demand. If you do rubbish with them, you jail an opposition leader, they are on the streets. You Google online, you will see them. There was an opposition leader that they jailed. All of them marched to the prison. Crowd, like, we are going to pull these prison doors down. See, and when people are like that, it gives excellent judges, honest judges who don't want to accept bribe. It gives them the confidence to do right because they know the people will back them. Look at Raye going through what she's going through. Why are all Nigerians or corps members not on the street? I said, Nigerians, the gentleman who you brought to the studio said, Nigerians don't deserve to be fought for. And I said, true. Let this premium wickedness touch them. And it's not because Nigerians are afraid of reprisal. It is a culture of sit-down look. I have been in public transport from Abuja going to Delta State in Nigeria, and there was a bus driver who was sleeping. And the bus wasn't very full. It was like an 11 a.m. bus. And I was saying to the people in the bus that, see, this man is, I whispered, this man is sleeping, What are we going to do? We've not even reached Lokoja. How are we going to get to Delta State? This man is sleeping on the wheel, on the highway, 70, 80 kilometers. When I called everybody stopped their gisting and said, oh God, everybody talk to him. Oh God, beg, stay awake for our lives. So 5 minutes later, I keep watching this guy. This man is sleeping again.
Naturally.
Everybody has gone back to their gist.
Naturally.
I turned to Nigerians. I will round up. I turned to Nigerians. I said, this man is sleeping again. What are we going to do? Guess what Nigerians said? Madam, I leave us. Stop troubling us. And they went back to their gist.
I hope so. I don't get accidents.
People, foolish. Not everybody, but the majority are foolish people. The things that matter don't matter to them. Their lives don't matter to them. So why should any reasonable person who has children, you have a life of your own, bother yourself with the people who don't care for their own life? A driver is on a bus, he's sleeping. Was there anybody there to come and beat them if they spoke up? It's not because they're afraid of the federal government, because government will beat them. It's because they've grown through decades of docility. NYSC, they will not ask for anything. I went to NYSC for the first time in my life, and I saw people laying on the floor. I was shocked to my bones to see people in their 20s lying on the bare floor. They were just laughing. They looked like idiots. I'm sorry to say, they looked like fools. No, but they didn't see anything wrong with their situation. That day, I made up my mind, I'm leaving this country. A few weeks later, I got my scholarship. Zoom, I left the country for a group of people, the majority of whom, they don't know their left and right. They don't know where they want to go. All they want to do is eat, sleep, find a woman, sleep with, find a man, sleep with, eat, take money. It's like people groping in the dark. They're not a serious lot.
Thank you,
They're
Laura.
not a serious lot.
Thank you, Laura. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, Miss Onitolo, let me let you wrap up your thought. I'll keep taking more calls anyway, but since you never get any direct question, I would just like make you wrap up your thoughts quickly. Make I let you so that I'll continue with
How do you want to? How do you want to wrap up my thoughts?
anything you want wrap up. Oh, any you don't hear waiting people they talk finish. Anything you want wrap up, just
She has said quite a lot, and I can't even discount anything she's saying.
hmm.
I can't. So the docility of Nigerians, it's amazing, and that's why I said, just like her, Nigerians at times are not people that is worth fighting for,
Chai.
because if you go, you're on your own. Everybody will turn back and leave you.
Hmm.
That's why I stopped doing discourse on national
No, let
TV.
that not deter you. You still have
No,
people who see the
look,
importance of
if
what
you
you're
if you
doing.
must change, you must change the society. It starts with the people taking responsibility for their lives first. Like she said, you are in a everybody. Nobody was paying attention. A
It
lady
be like,
was in the air after
hmm.
that. That attitude of silence. So to change the country, you need people that will spark fire, that have influence, like Peter Obi, that don't understand how to use that influence. You have goodwill, but you don't know that game. He's running a one-man show, and that's what we'll see, that will not want to have that alliance with him, because it speaks a picture of the kind of president he will be in the future. Because he's always running away. He's the one that is speaking for himself. He's the one that is doing everything. You can't really see that it's neatly connected to a place, a block of power. He's rather the one seeking to find platform for power. On that level, it should not. It should have transited away from that. It should have collaborated across the Niger, into the north, Sahara, globally, UK, and
But
build.
he's doing that. He's been moving from one
We can't
state to
see
the
that. It's
other.
just moving. It's just like a pendulum. A pendulum moves to and fro. You don't see
Eh.
motion. It moves to and fro. And these guys are doing everything possible to cut you at every opportunity, to place a limitation on you. You think Amechi is just talking. It's not just talking. They know what they are doing. So it's like he said, he's the one that took a penknife to a gunfight. It's back and fight really like somebody that is ready to take and act actually presidential, not acting like he wants to be a senator or a governor. He needs to start acting presidential.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Miss Anita. Let me let you
All
roll.
right.
A big thank you for obliging me. Please now. Please now. Do me again now. Please now. Come again
I'll
now.
think about it.
Hmm? Let's talk about Nigeria now. Please now. Think it very well. Even if I have to call Madam to beg you, whatever we can do, we'll go
I'll
protest.
think
We'll carry
about it.
placard come your house. Thank you
All
so
right.
much. I appreciate you. It's been such a wonderful moment with you. Thank you so
All right. No
immensely. Do
problem.
enjoy the rest of your evening, sir. Thank you, sir. Bye. All right, Mr. Chilaka, let me bring you back to the conversation. You don't hear the things we Laura talk, but make I quickly take Mr. Innocent, then I will bring you back. Mr. Innocent, good evening and welcome.
Good evening.
Innocent, Emmanson. Emmanson.
Yes,
For you, come me.
yes, so
How about you?
okay.
Welcome. Go
I'm
ahead.
calling from Germany.
Okay, you're welcome too. It's good to say guten Tag.
Yeah, guten Abend. Guten Tag is for the day. Yeah, yeah, it's a privilege to join this group. I've been following you in recent time and now accidentally saw your live program, so let me join. I just
Oh,
want to make
thank you so much. Go
two
ahead.
things. The first one is
Hmm.
the strategy that is going on right now for 2027.
Mhm.
I don't know what
Mhm.
uh, Peter Obi is going to do to protect the votes. We all remember last time everything went fine at the polling unit.
Mhm.
Immediately, those boxes left the polling unit. We saw the abracadabra. And I don't know if he has secured that area because we all know Tinubu said it's not a la carte. So you have to grab it, snatch it, and then run with it.
Run it.
So Nigerian politics is so dirty that just like all the guests I've already mentioned, Obi should not take it this time like a gentleman business. Sorry, my voice is a little bit low. You should go all out, fire by fire, knowing fully well that he has the support, because I've been following a lot of people both within and outside the country. They really want him, but he has to come out and face the fire and return fire. Then the other issue, I think Obi need to put more effort, both financially and politically. That is lobbying the northern part of the country. The southern part, he shouldn't worry. Be it as it may be, he will get the votes. As I said, the vote has to count. That means they should not rely on INEC, because that will not come. So that means they have to put their own mechanism to make sure that if APC says this is the method, they will have to follow the same method and march with them. But the North, they have to lobby North, because the North are still skeptical. And Tinubu, if you monitor the trend, is appointing people, giving people appointment from the northern part, doing a lot of projects, trying to buy them off, appease them. And with the money at his disposal, he will do more coming next year to make sure that the northern part is inside his pocket. So what I'm saying in a nutshell is that these two key points or key areas, Obi has to take it seriously. I know he's moving around, which is good for him, but he has to play politics. He has to concede, make bargains, make deals, agreement, contract here and there, whatever, that it will make him, to have that confidence or that assurance from the northern part. Nigerian always say, I assure you. If the northern part will assure him, so in that area, he should do it. Because as I said, the southern part, he shouldn't worry much. He need not invest much in that in the southern part. He will definitely have it. So that's my point. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. All right. Prince Francis Chilaka, whilst you react to some of these conversations, let me quickly just bring to your knowledge about an Amnesty International report. According to the report, 1,844 people were killed between January 2021 and June 2023. We heard that gunmen killed over 400 people in Imo State between 2019 and 2021. Hundreds of people arbitrarily detained and forcibly disappeared. The Nigerian authorities' persistent failures to address this security crisis in the southeast region has, has been, been a worrisome situation. I'll let you react to this and perhaps other things that people have said here, but let me speak to this caller. Hello, good evening, and welcome.
Thank you so much. Good evening.
Welcome,
My
sir.
name is Joe, and I'm calling you from Austria.
You're welcome, Mr. Joe.
Mrs. Precious,
Sir?
I happened to come across your page
Oh,
not long ago. It's a couple of days back.
okay.
I was very much impressed
Oh, thank
with your
you.
content.
Thank you.
With your content, actually. Very much impressed. I used to watch other shows like the Mayogun General. He also has a show on the television, sometimes on internet also. I watch them. I listened to comments from the country, Nigeria. First of all, let me introduce myself to you. I left that country in 1988. And during that period, the gentleman sitting by your side, you must have experienced some parts of the history that happened during the Babangida administration. We never had internet then. I cannot remember myself having a mobile telephone.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember in Benin City, University of Benin Ogbowo campus, where I was just a jambite, there was a march that Babangida must go. And I remember the momentum. I remember the Nigerian citizens fighting the military. Babangida had to bring in military men from Gongola State. And these Gongola military guys, they are very dark and tall. One of them slapped a friend of mine, that after slapping the friend of mine, the mark was on his face. The Nigerian citizens there beat the soldier, took away his gun. They did not kill him, but they tied his foot to the 505 Pijo wagon at the backboard to draw him along with Babangida Moscow march pass. Everybody was carrying the leaves. The whole of Benin was blocked. What I'm trying to say to you, or what I'm trying to say to the people watching your program, I already spoke to some programs on the internet just to inform Nigerians. Where is Nigeria? Where is this urge? Where is this time? Even though my very humble, respected Nigerian artist fella said, some policeman go whip your yash, you know, go talk, army man go slap your face, you go to look like donkey. Nigerians fought military. Nigerians came out. They fought. What are Nigerians doing now? It pains my heart. I have belonged them out. In the country where I am, Austria, you are not allowed to have a double citizenship. It's either you have one or the other.
So for you to be a citizen there, you will renounce Nigeria.
I can't. I did it. I did it, and to be very sincere with you, I am not regretting it today.
So for you to come to Nigeria now, you have to apply for a visa.
I need a visa. Now listen, I don't come all the time because what are you coming to do? But I'm getting to that age where you say, hey, you are getting to that your pension age, retirement age. Nigeria calls. You feel it. You feel it. It calls. It calls on everybody's ear. It calls. You feel it. You want to come. You want to take that money you work here. You want to take that taxpayer you are paying. You don't want to pay it. You want to take it and bring it back home to do something good. But there is one thing. You are afraid. There are a lot of Nigerians that are living outside the country. I speak for myself. I speak for my generation that I left 88. That was when I left the country. When Andrew was saying, everybody wants check out. Andrew, where are you checking out to? That was the period I left that country. Now, you want to come back home, but you're afraid. It's like you're just hanging here. You miss home. You miss it in a way because you have families over there. And I asked the gentleman by your side, and Mrs. Precious,
Sir?
How can you be able to help people like us that are very many here?
All right, let me let Prince Francis Chilaka respond to that. Thank you so much. That thank you
so much.
Thank you, sir. All right, Prince Francis Chilaka,
Yes.
you hear everything we all got.
Well, I didn't get the question he asked.
We say how we go fit help people like them. We be say they won't come back to Nigeria, but they fear. They fear because of the way the country did. Understand? Is some of them don't even give up faith for Nigeria. Pata, pata.
Well, there's an age you get to. You don't tell people lies. You tell people the truth. Even those of us in Nigeria, we are scared for Nigeria.
Hey,
yeah.
So now we say no hope like that.
We're scared.
We're not vexed.
And
Just
I
give me
keep
one
asking,
second.
what legacy are our leaders today leaving for those tomorrow? Each time your president addresses Nigerians, he will say his policies is to ensure that the generations yet unborn are taken care of. But what about the generation that is here now? What are we doing to help them out? Why don't we start from them? How can you have a country where you have policy that everybody's telling you that your policy is not working? Everybody's telling you that your policy is driving people nuts. Your policies are killing Nigerians. And you don't see the need to retrace your steps. You don't see the need to readdress those policies. So how do you think the country will have a future? What is the future? Where is the future in this country today? Because between you and I don't even know where we're headed to. I really don't know where we're headed to. And that's why I find it very, very upsetting and very insulting when some of these ministers come to talk. They talk as if they're from out of space. They talk as if they are consultants, like the one we have in River State. As if they're expatriates that are coming, to Nigeria. It is very, very annoying. So anybody that is out there that wants to come back, you're coming back at your own risk.
Advice. All right, let me take this call. Maybe this person will have another question to ask. Hello, good evening and welcome. Sir? Sir, good evening, sir.
It's Tony Chugod.
Aha, Mr. Tony Chikudu, you're welcome. Go ahead.
I always like when those lovely friends call from America. You see your face glowing. The way you smile, you just change. I will just be laughing.
Which of the friends in particular now? You begin name them. Since you won't bring out my leg, drag the leg, come out, finish, drag and finish. No leave her.
I mean the ladies, there are two.
But she's not calling from America now. She calls from the UK.
No, there is one that normally calls from
Yes,
America,
Precious.
Canada.
Precious. She calls from the US. Yes, Precious, are you listening? Yeah. She calls from the US, and Laura calls from the UK.
Prince Chilaga, good evening.
Good evening, my brother.
So, the person that called from Austria, I know Austria very well. So, Precious, there is this thing that is going on in Nigeria. I came to Nigeria last time, and when you are there, sometimes you don't see all this thing depending on how you behave yourself. Just like here in UK, there are places in as much as they have all this knife crime, and just like in America, here they have all these gangs. There are some way you might be dressed, you might be attacked, thinking that you belong to a certain gang. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Some of them have tattoos and the rest of them, they code or they know themselves. Now, in Nigeria, when you are there, you might not see all these things. The moment you are outside Nigeria, you will think that the whole nation is on fire. It's just like when you come back home and then you are trying to see that hunger. It's only when you deep down, or if you know the whole thing, it's only when you put down.
Are you suggesting that the hunger and the situations are being exaggerated by the media?
I don't want to use that. Using that word is not the right thing. There is danger there. There is killing. There is everything going. There is hunger there. But the issue that what I'm trying to say is that Nigeria, Nigerians and Nigerians, we are very good in smiling things up. That it will be difficult if you don't put your eyes down and then notice that something is going on. Like I had a friend, an Austrian friend. He said that when you ask a Nigerian, you say, "Oh, there is no problem. It's a challenge." We Nigerians, there is a problem. We always see everything as a challenge. I told him, I said, "Look, that is the reason why it helps us, because when you see something as a challenge, you try to work and then correct that thing. But when you see something as a problem, it might weigh you down." So I'm not saying that people are kind of exaggerating the whole thing. It's there. It's there. And if you don't know how you make them, and then the issue of all these people coming back from abroad, they are being kidnapped and the rest of them. Please, go and ask a security person. You have this man that always from America, the former. What's his name? The one I thought that is smiling like Barack Obama. Yeah. So, if you ask him, he will tell you that 99% of anything that happened to somebody, an insider is there.
All right, no problem. If that's your opinion, but I'll tell you for free that a great percentage of the actual things that happen in Nigeria is not even reported. It's very, very underreported, including the insecurity, including the hunger.
I know that it's not being reported. What I'm trying to say is that it's there. But
It's only that people, I don't know how to, it's difficult for me to explain it. I don't know, because I came back from Nigeria, okay? I came to Nigeria and I came back to UK. That week that I came back to UK, something happened. I was so panicking. I'm here already, but I'm panicking. And I called my brother. My brother said, but you just left here, not up to 3 days ago. Why are you so panic and worried? You are not here. So, and then with the time you are here, did anything happen to you? I said, but what of others? What of these people?
All right.
So what I'm trying to say is that now there are so many things going on there, and it's not being reported. And because it's not being reported, and when you see, like somebody, like the man was saying that, why can't Nigeria do something? Nigerians are ready to do something. I have two things that I want to say. Nigerians are ready to do something, but they have already put that fear when they come out. And that I have told you the other day that I hate when people call and say, why is it that Nigerians are not doing anything? And most of us that are talking are the ones abroad. Why is it that Nigerians are not doing anything? Why don't you come back home and join the people to do something? Because Nigerians are trying. They don't have any other thing. You see many of them spending time in the church, calling on God, because they don't want to come out and protest, and they get a bullet in their head. So you see all this. So it's not that they have a kind of find a way to keep on, no matter what is happening, a kind of trying to keep. But is there something going wrong? Yes. Look at electricity. Look at some of them are paying whatever they are paying. There is not even a light, and they are still paying.
All right. Thank you.
Can you do that here? It's not possible. And then I'm coming to the one of the lady on Kwam 2, or the lady from
Kwam 2.
So you see how sometimes I was telling somebody, it's always good for people. You see the guest that you have, he said that he's tired of talking. Because sometimes if you want to change the people are supposed to follow in that change. But when they stay back, if anything happens, you're on your own. So if that guy that is coming out to say something, if that guy has stayed there and said, no, this is not what happened, and keep on shouting on that video that this is not what happened, I don't think that lady will end up in Gregory. But all of them kept quiet and moved. Because if it's here, the amount of money that this lady will make from this airline and the airport authority will be huge. Because there are lawyers who are here who always go for 50-50. They will tell you, don't mind, they will fight for it. And any money they get is 40-60. You will take 60, they will take 40, they will take 40, you take 60, depending on how the case goes.
All right.
Thank you, Precious.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. My phone lines have been buzzing non-stop. Let's see if I can talk to a few more people. Then I quickly let Prince Francis Chilaka react. Then we'll call it a day. I think I've got somebody in the studio again. Let me see. Okay. All right. Okay. Just give me a second. Hello. Good evening. Can you hear me? All right. Hello. Good evening.
Oh,
Yes, please.
good evening.
Yes, please. Welcome.
Yes.
Welcome, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm calling from California.
You're welcome, ma'am. Go ahead. What's your name, ma'am?
My name is Pat.
Pat, you're welcome.
I've been following you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Go ahead, ma'am.
I'm just asking how we could let Obi know what the two gentlemen said. Him fighting with the young lady said him fighting with a knife when the other people are fighting with AK-40 whatever. And also, how do we get him to know that he needs PR and not get into everything that is happening in the country? So, that's my concern. That's all I wanted to ask. I live in California. I'm so involved in Nigeria.
Okay. To be fair, first time Laura raised that conversation, I tried to reach out to his team. They promised to get back to me so that we can discuss further on it. I didn't hear from them. I hate to say this, but I will also do my best to try to reach out to them again. And I get worried because when I reached out to them, I reached out that it was an important piece of information I had to give. In fact, I owed Laura a call back because I told her that once I reached out, I'll get back to her. But the reason I didn't get back to her was because I haven't gotten any formidable feedback, and that's why I didn't reach out to her
And
again.
people like Aisha, Yusuf are the ones that should be able to lay this background, like things they should have known in the past election. They are finding
Well,
it
Aisha
out
is not a
now
media
because
expert.
they did not
Aisha
know.
is not a media expert. Aisha is not a media expert. Neither is she a PR expert. We're talking about expertise, specific area of expertise, not just what you jump in
If
on.
we get Aisha to know what people want, and then that could help the team, the obedience. And secondly, another thing I'm thinking, you cannot fight your enemy. You know your enemy is greater. You don't fight them during the day. They need to have a plan. Not only during, the protest is not going anywhere. They need to stop the protest and start planning things they could do beyond protest, and not only during more. I mean, you can do any, like the guy, the OG, or the Tolo, what the Yoruba guy. I'm sorry,
Mr. Agbenga Onitilo.
Yes, Onitilo said, you have to do stuff. You have to. There are times you have to, just say, agree, die. They need to stop the protest. They plan for something different. Fight your enemy at night too. So sometimes they need to change narratives. They need to change direction. When I'm talking at my job where I have with Nigerians, they think I'm crazy. I'm not. Like I say, if I were there, maybe I would have been one of those that would be screaming like Mama P and Aisha Yusuf. Because I cannot even understand it.
Thank you.
What is going on in that country?
Thank you.
I've been out here,
Thank you.
and we're trying to come back home. We want to come home. Been here since the 20s.
Oh, wow.
I need to come home. We build houses. We do everything. But half of us in this area that I live, we all have homes, mansions at home, but we can't come home. We are tired being here. People think we are happy here. Yes, they have everything light, the stress. You can only get peace when you're in Nigeria. That's rest. I mean rest, peace of mind. America is good for what it's good for, but we miss home, especially those of us that came in the 70s and 80s. We came here when Nigeria was flourishing, and now we want to come home. We are retired.
Thank you.
A lot of us have retired, and we can't come home. It's so frustrating.
Thank you.
So let them fight at night too. Demonstrate at night. Let them do something at night.
All right.
My own piece.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you. All right.
Yes.
Thank you. All right. Hello. Good evening. Can you help me turn off your listening device, please? Hello. Hello.
Hello, Precious.
Okay,
I
hi.
just want to quickly ask in 1 minute what I forgot in the last
okay, hi,
call
Laura.
that I did.
Go ahead.
I wanted, and I would like for Prince Chilaka to relate to this. So when I say that there are things that I feel Obi can do, it's sometimes not even just jumping to that big one of, go and get a big or a PR machine. There are even smaller bits that can be done before you get to that. Let me give you an example. I was watching Aisha Yusufu's channel, I think yesterday or today, and she was talking, I think it was yesterday, about some members of the obedient movement. Obviously, this must be happening on Twitter, where some people are causing trouble. They are saying, I will go to the press. Any small thing, I will go to the press. And she was really calling out a lot of people within the movement for their misbehavior and all that. Do you think anybody is getting paid? Do you think anybody is getting paid? Even Yunusa Tanko is volunteering. This is an example of what I want to call out Mr. Peter Obi. You see, your guest that you invited today said politics involves money, and Obi has money. And please let me correct something. I am not one of those people who believe Obi should be using all his money. Nigerians have to put their mouth where their money is, and they've already demonstrated that in the last elections, that they are willing to put their mouth where their money is when it comes to Obi. But this is my point. Yunusa Tanko as the head of the obedient movement, if the obedient movement want to be serious, there is no reason why Yunusa Tanko should be working 48 hours in a 24-hour day. and it will say it's volunteerism. It doesn't work like that anywhere. It does not work like that. I agreed with the tenets of Aisha Yusufu's message that people are misbehaving within the obedient movement. When you tell them to do stuff, they will say this, that, oh, you want to steal money, you want to do this. You know, she was just correcting a lot of ills, right? But in the course of that information, there was an information she put out that shocked me. Yes, there is volunteerism, but since this election was done, when Unisa Tanko was appointed as the head of the obedient movement, it's been over 1 year of this man being in every nook and cranny of this country, from TV station to Abuja to here. He's talking. No, it should be a position, a paid position, and it should be nothing less than 800,000 naira. I was on the call when we said, okay, when they did it, like, they didn't really call it an election, but when they said, oh, somebody nominated Unisa Tanko, somebody seconded, I went third and said, yes, I support this motion that it should be the head of the obedient movement. I did not get the chance that day to follow up to say it should be paid. But here is me putting my name on record that Unisa Tanko's position in the obedient movement, I've not had time. They sent me a link that I should register for the UK. Well, I will, but I'm in the midst of so many things at this time that I don't have time for things that they will talk here today, talk here tomorrow. But the day I get chance and I register and I join the meeting, I will blow one horn from the beginning till the end of this year. There is volunteerism, but you don't tell someone's father, the head of a household that has wife, that has kids, in today's Nigeria, that you should do volunteerism, and Obi is going about donating. Maybe Aisha doesn't have the facts, let's just say, but I'm using this as an opportunity to say, if you are serious that you really want to take power, there are 4, 5, 6, 7 key positions around you of people that are moving with you there. And I'm saying this, I just want to believe that they are on payroll. And it should not be, oh, when Obi likes, he gives them. No. When you set up a political machinery and you want to win power, those people, that is what they are doing day and night. And Unisa Tanko is already doing that. It should be a paid position. The rest of us, coordinators, that can do volunteerism, but that man, I've seen him TV stations in today's Nigeria, no way. It needs to pay a paid position, and it needs to be handsomely paid. Let me just point out to Mr. Peter Obi, I know you are a money manager, right? But there is a proper place when you are building a political machinery. Because if we happen to waste the enthusiasm, the interest, the effort of Nigerians this one last time, I don't know that people will be willing to put in the effort. But here is me just putting it on record that 4, 5, 6 key positions within those people who are doing the key work of the obedient movement, it has to be paid. That one is beyond volunteerism, because the people you are running with are paying dollars to hire
to the people. Yes, even the ones that are on Twitter and social media responding are paid. So why should?
Did you hear Amici?
Yeah, what he said, that he will buy laptop and give them money. I'm telling you.
When I finally have the chance, because I'm like, people should leave me, let me finish the key things that I'm doing until I've delivered the key things that I'm doing in my own personal life, because we are the entire Western world is coming to a recession. One day I will call in and I will tell you what is really happening between the US and the UK. The job losses are crazy. People who have been management consultants 10 years, £150,000 per annum, people who are doing well, they paid off their mortgage, they lost their job. 9 months it took some of them to find a new job. I'm talking of lawyers in major firms in the UK who have been downsized. There is no, the company I'm working for is downsizing everywhere. Even the UK government is shutting down 12.5% of all jobs. So there is a massive recession that is already underway, and even public sector, they are all tightening belts everywhere. In short, if I'm in the sector I'm in, I'm even looking for a way to even go to the public sector. But even in the public sector, I'm looking at the jobs to make sure that it's not a job that can be shared easily during all. So By next year, what Nigerians will see, you see that thing that somebody, there's an article, let me not deviate, I don't want to go into that. One day I will call in when I've had the chance and I will talk to you about what's happening. And there will be a ripple effect in Nigeria because it is the people in the diaspora that send a lot of the money
to
that
Nigeria.
flows into Nigeria, especially the forex that the government uses to run a lot of things, to pay airlines, to repatriate cash to MTN and all of that stuff, to pay their international shareholders. So that one is coming. But let me not talk. Precious, it is that bad that families here in the UK, some people are downsizing, sell their house, let me buy a smaller house, let me pay. People are like shedding down any debts, anything you have. Job numbers in the US, where they were expecting 100,000 jobs in May, they got 14,000. Where they were expecting 110 in June, they got 19,000. It is bad. When you have the chance, Google and you see. But let me put all of that aside. I called to say there's something I omitted. 4 or 5 key positions who are on the plane day and night with Peter Obi. Let me just presume that they are paid. But what I heard Aisha Yesufu say is even Yunusa Tanko is volunteer. No. When I resume back on the obedient movement, when I've sorted myself, I will drag that matter until they will pursue me. Unisa's Tanko position needs to be paid.
Okay, so I'm trying to see if I can get Unisa Tanko join us, and in fact I've contacted him a couple of times.
Precious,
yes,
the
please.
video that you can go to confirm what I'm saying is Aisha Yusufu's video where she was warning something about the obedient movement. Is in one of the videos she did yesterday. So please go and confirm for yourself.
That's not a problem.
I'm not just speaking.
That's not a problem. In fact, before now, I think since 2 weeks ago, tried to contact Unisa Tanko because I wanted him to be here so that you guys can ask him some questions directly. He kind of likes the idea, but he's been very busy and he's not had time to join us. But I'll try and contact him. I'll try and contact him.
Does he agree that 4 or 5 key positions, including Yunusa Tanko, who are going all over the country, should be in paid positions?
Thank you, Laura. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh my word, Prince Chilaka. If I leave, make I just take one more call because the phone lines they won't finish me today. Sorry, and emergency intervention you come today. Nine they come, they don't turn up to no vex. Forgive us, forgive us. I beg. It's crazy, but I really love your insight on this. Hello, good evening. Yes, good evening.
Hello.
Yes, welcome. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, go ahead, please. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Just go straight to the point.
My name is Idiri. I'm calling from Mina.
You're welcome. Idiri from Mina. That's interesting. Go ahead, Idiri.
Once in a while, I watch your program, but today I'm just very, very 100% concentrating on your program.
All right, thank you. Just go ahead quickly.
I want to contribute to concerning what Mr. Peter Obi is doing. Personally, I think he has done so much for himself. We as the citizens, we need to own up the campaign. We need to do more for his own campaign. If you look at the last American election, if you notice Donald Trump, the main media, they cut off from him. But with the help of new media, people like you and others, he was able to penetrate the country. That's what I want us Nigeria to do.
Okay.
I don't know if are you with me?
Yes, I am. I am with you.
That's what I want us to do. I want Nigeria to come into the campaign fully. Because to me, Obi is smart. The only reason I'm here in Nigeria with my family, I'm just believing God that 2027, something will just happen. God will make Obi to become the next president.
All right.
I told my wife that if it's not possible, we'll sell our little property and relocate. Because I'm not seeing change. The people in government, I don't know, they are not sensitive to the plight of Nigerian citizens. They're not just sensitive. The only reason I'm always supporting is his party. He can just see genuinely likeness to his fellow citizens. I want you to use your platform and other people's platform. We should come into this campaign fully. There are so many people doing a lot for the obedient movement. Before 2023 election, there was a program in Lagos as a work for Obi, I think in Sulere. Then somebody contacted me online. They paid my flight ticket, Abuja to Lagos, return ticket. Individual person cover for my
movement. Somebody else paid for accommodation. People are doing this. I just want many of us to contribute more. That is my contribution.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. All right. Prince Francis Chilakasa, let me let you. Okay, no, I will not let you. Your brother, Mr. Mope, is here. That your brother that you people are supposed to do reunion. Let me take him on, then I'll let you wrap up. Mope, good evening and welcome. Thank you so much. Prince Francis did not get your contact to that deal, so I think you guys will finish your reunion here quickly while we
Yeah,
move
yeah,
on.
yeah. Good afternoon, Precious
Welcome.
and Mr.
It's
Chilaka.
evening. So
I put my number on the private chat, and I told
I
you
was
that
I
it
was
wasn't.
asking, I was referring if it was a UK or Nigerian number,
No, no,
Nigerian
no.
number,
I'm in
because you
California
did.
now. I put my, big, yeah. I put my
No,
number
you
on the
you did
private.
not put. No, but it's
Yes, I
okay. That
did.
means you have to respond because you didn't put your country code. So I wasn't sure if it was Nigeria or,
My
your
country,
foreign number.
my phone number is 904. I mean, that's the
It's
code.
okay. Okay, it's
One,
okay. It's okay.
but it's a
Uh,
WhatsApp number. All you have to do,
mm,
plus then I'm
plus, yeah,
gonna put it
plus
back.
one.
I'm gonna put it back. Okay, I'm
All
just
right then.
driving right now, but I just
Okay.
packed you here just to give
Okay.
my own 2 cents.
All right then.
I think the guy that spoke earlier, I didn't quite listen to him because I was kind of busy. But having said that, the lady that normally call from UK, man, that lady, you be given a lot of time, maybe half of everybody's time, but that's notwithstanding. I'm not jealous now, okay? But I mean, because I like her narrative.
I'm
Having said that,
sorry.
yeah, that's okay. I mean, she be making some valid point, because she made the same point some time ago, As of right now, I'm beginning to pivot to her narrative, about we'll be hiring more PA, because as it stands right now, let's
Not
just
PA, not PA, not PA. That's not the bone of contention. The contention is an expert in public relations. He
yeah,
needs
PR,
a
right? That's what I mean to say.
formidable PR team, like bad, well groomed, internationally groomed, and well
Yeah. That's what
connected
I mean to say. I didn't mean
PR
PA. I'm
team.
sorry. I made a
Yes.
mistake in that
Mm.
in that point. So,
All
but
right.
anyway, like I said, Obi, we already know Obi has a very strong, personal brand. Very disciplined. Very frugal. Has very informed mind. But this is just my own suggestion. I think I'm trying to second what that lady said. I begin to be in that narrative that Obi need to invest more, on on the media TV, radio. I know he has some money. I don't know. Maybe it's not as rich as Atiku or whatever, but whatever he have, he's gonna come to Diaspora. We're gonna contribute like we are contributing. He has to be proactive in most of his appearance, like he has been, but he need help. Channel TV, Arise TV, BBC,
So
CNN.
the essence of that good PR team is not even about being frugal or frugality. It's about deliberateness, and in terms of also appearing before the public, how deliberate are you in appearing to the public to ensure that everything that is said and done about you, it's deliberately done and then also deliberately refuted in terms of any clap back and all that would come. So so sometimes they do like saying a trend people they follow. But now work, the
Mhm.
work goes underground. Do you understand? And then he also
Yeah,
needs a team that would also face the front for him. So that see
right,
now, President Tinubu never ever answer people by himself. Now it's not just
right,
because he's the president, it's because he's got a team working for him. So
right.
when people they insult or talk anything about President Tinubu, in get like 1,000 people will go answer on his behalf. It's either one media person is answering or the other
Exactly. That's the point I was
all
trying
that.
to make. I
So
was
these
trying to
are the
make that
things he
suggestion.
needs to work on. And that's
He
what
need a
she's saying, that he's not seeing himself as that much presidential to invest in his communication team that much, and which is what he
No,
needs
he
to do.
definitely needs a PR team ready to respond quickly, not just waiting for next day for any kind of. That's what we call crisis management. Right away, attack. He come respond immediately to reboot whatever the other side is saying. He need that. I don't know, if he has to come and get. I know he has money. I don't know, I don't know up to what level he have, but he need to come back to Diaspora. We are ready to help him. You know, he definitely need that because like Nigerian politics. Nigeria politics now whereby, he can be docile or just go slowly. Obi is doing well personal, but just to be himself, it's not gonna lead him anywhere. This is just my own opinion. I hope I'm right. And he needs some. I don't know what, like I think he said a lot of people don't like him, but that doesn't mean he need to position himself, as the candidate of the future, maybe target young people, students, even in diaspora to help him for whatever he wants to achieve. I definitely believe that would be definitely, maybe invest in some reputable management, to drive him whatever data he wants to promote. Not just him. Obi is doing too much for himself. He needs people to help him for this campaign, not just, in order to anywhere to actualize whatever he wants to do. And one more thing, he needs some regional, people to back him from all regions, particularly in the north. He needs certain kind of collaboration with some credible figures, like in particular in the north. I know he already has some in the south, but he needs more than he's doing right now. This is just
Thank
strictly
you.
my own opinion.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you
don't
so
want to
much.
keep waiting. Yeah, Mr. Tilaka. Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah,
put my number again, okay? In the
no
private
problem.
section. Yeah.
No
Thank you, sir.
problem.
All
All
right.
right,
Bye-bye.
we'll keep in touch.
Okay,
Right.
bye-bye. Mhm.
Okay. So Prince Chilaka, time has gone. I mean, it's 3 hours already into the conversation. Let me release you. Kindly give us a parting shot and close up the conversation. Let's go. So, what you say in all of these conversations?
Well, let me start from the Kwam 1 to Kwam 2 to Kwam 3
2.3.
and take it.
Just an addendum. One, I think a government official in Delta State has just offered Kwam 2 an offer, giving her an all expense paid trip to Delta State. That she, in fact, I for screenshot I'm sent to you because he assure her say she will get a good time. Say may she
Yeah.
come and then also offered her a job that he will pay her, very
Well,
well.
let me quickly say this. We as a nation we should stop encouraging wrong things. We should
Mm.
stop a situation where we look at people who have done something wrong and we now upgrade them, we now make them feel important. It affects the morale of those who are spending their time going to school, trying to do something meaningful of their lives. If we continue to, elevate crime, elevate misdemeanor, to another level where, somebody does something wrong, rather than punish the person, you are making the person an ambassador. I mean, I don't understand how you want to encourage other younger people to do the right thing.
Are you talking about her now? You're
Government,
talking about Pan one.
I'm talking about Plan One.
Okay.
I want a situation where the executive should allow institutions to work. They should stop interfering with the workings of other institutions. Allow them to work so that you can create a society that is uh, filled with moral. Because today we have lost it. The moral decadence is alarming. And also, I want to also appeal to Nigerians. When you observe or you witness something that is wrong, or where a Nigerian is being treated wrongly, don't abandon the person. Stand by the person. And so everybody that has been putting up message, oh, I was in the aircraft, shame on you. Everybody that has come to write one rubbish on social media, shame on you. You have no balls, you have no integrity. If you have stood there and said the truth and protected her, we must learn to protect the weak amongst us. Let us not shy away from that
But
responsibility.
some of them
Let us not
argue
run away
that
from it.
they said they stood up for her.
Let us not shy away and then come from behind and begin to talk gibberish. For me, it is total waste of time and total waste of energy. Now, coming to
Mm.
the obedient and Peter Obi, like I said, Peter Obi needs to reappraise the situation. He needs to stop talking more and getting more people to talk for him. It's very, very important, And I would suggest to Peter Obi, build more bridges, reach out, build alliances, or leave the talking to the professionals to handle for you. If you take that away from him and let him concentrate on building those alliances, and Nigerians, 2027 is drawing closer. If you haven't gotten your voter's card, and if you have lost your voter's card, I think the portal will soon be open. Go there, get your voter's card. Realize that, the 5,000, the 10,000, even the 100,000 the politician gives to you does not match to what he takes home every month. Even if he gives you 1 month's salary, he has 4 years that he will put his nails on your neck, and there's nothing you can do about it. Let us be deliberate. Let us stop this attitude of I don't care, nonchalant attitude. A lot of people are on different WhatsApp groups. How much of your energy and your time do you spend talking about taking Nigeria to the next level? How much of your time do you spend talking about how to encourage people to become good citizens? How much of your time do you spend encouraging and educating people on their rights? So I think that every WhatsApp group should spend time looking at the Nigerian Constitution, using their platform to call out their governors, to call out the senators, to call out their honorable members. It will go a long way. A lot of people on Facebook. How many people do you see posting about what is going wrong in their states? How many people do you see people calling out their governors or calling out their representatives? We need to begin to use social media to hold our leaders to account. Thank you.
All right, so just very quickly, that's the story there. So I think I hear that he's a special assistant or an advisor to the governor of Delta State. I can't tell, but here is the open invitation to Miss Comfort Emmanson, a complimentary trip to Delta State known as the Big Heart and home for Global Tourism Hub. Additionally, a job opportunity with a monthly salary of 500,000 naira has been secured for her in Delta State. All expense, including flight ticket, accommodation at a five-star hotel, and tour cost will be fully covered. Also, a ticket to attend the Delta State Social Media Summit. Delta Social Media Summit coming up on August 28th in Asaba is also available, has been secured for her. He said, I would like to extend an invitation to her to visit Delta State and unwind, his words, unwind after her release from Kirikiri prison. If you're in touch with her, please ask her to join
Well,
you. She
like I
wants to.
said, she has become an
No, make her finish
emergency.
her, no
She
vex
has
now.
become an emergency
No
celebrity.
vex. Make her end that part. He says she won't be
Abeg,
disappointed
no,
as
please, Precious,
I'll be
Precious,
giving her
leave
a
this,
good time.
Precious,
Sir,
Precious,
I want
leave
you
this.
to listen as a writer.
Don't bring this to your platform. I wouldn't,
Eh,
I wouldn't support you bringing that to your platform. You know,
and now
yeah.
announcement I say make I make go because now follow up
No,
to
that
waiting
announcement is not
on
necessary.
to her. Okay, sir, no problem. I surrender. I surrender. All right, guys. Thank you so much to everyone who's joined the show. I'd like to say a big thank you, Prince Francis Chinaka. Thank you so much. I'll see you again on Friday. Thank you for obliging us. Thank you very much.
Friday,
Huh?
Friday.
If you can't come, no problem. It's Friday now. You're our Friday and Sunday tonic now.
I doubt if I'll be around on Friday.
Okay, no wahala. If you have an appointment, that's fine. Would manage without you. But I'd like to say a big thank you to you. It's always a pleasure to have you here.
No, but I know
Thank
what I can. I know how to manage my Friday for you. Don't worry.
you. Okay. All right, no problem. Thank you so much. I appreciate you big time. Nigerians, thank you so much for jumping in on this conversation. And thank you to you guys for joining us. Thank you for your wonderful insights. Thank you for always, though they put mouth for waiting they happen for Nigeria. They easy. And as I always say, protect your mental health because it's not easy dealing with Nigerian issue all the time, round the clock. It can be mentally exhausting. Trust me. Ask me. I think I'm a typical example of that, and I can tell you, I'm a living testimony to that. Rather, thank you. Make sure so protect our mental health. I will see you on again tomorrow evening, God willing. Hopefully, yep. I love you guys. Don't forget that, and do enjoy the rest of your evening. Goodbye, and God bless you. Thank you.